There, fix my mic there. How's everyone doing today on this Saturday here? I just need to check, make sure my live chat is working. I think it is. Looks like it is. I think, did I... Maybe I need to scroll it up a bit. It's starting at the bottom. That's weird. I'm gonna leave it there for the moment. I think, let me see. Let me double check. There is my... How's everyone doing today? Oh god. Saturday here. I just need to check, make sure my live chat is working. I think it is. Looks like it is. There we are. Okay. So just had to do some quick fixes here, really quick. Really quick. I don't know why I said that twice. Maybe I need to scroll. Oh, yeah, mix that up. My chat here seems to be... There we go. Let's scroll that down a bit. I think that might be okay there. I was gonna start there on the side there. Okay. All right. Now we're ready to go, I think, for the most part, unless it messes up later on. So hope everyone's having a good Saturday so far. And I guess we'll get started with some of our stuff. We'll just do something light while more people show up. I do have to do an arena match. I didn't get pushed back so far today. I'm at rank 8. I was at 4 when I went to bed, so I'm shocked because normally I go back all the way to like something like 20. I guess with ISOs and things like that, it's been a bit more challenging to stay on top of arena. So hopefully everyone can hear me fine. The audio is okay. Let me know if there's any issues or not. So today we are live from Asgard, my house in Asgard that I wish I lived in, but so last week was Doctor Strange's Sanctum Sanctorum, and today it's going to be Asgard. And I'll try and find different backgrounds. Surprisingly, they actually are a bit harder to find, and they actually make people like pay for some of these things, like for animated backgrounds or animated clips and things like that, like the other people have. There's like websites for that where you can like pay a subscription and then they let you download that, but I don't have any of these, so I just have to look around the internet and see what I can find. But we are gonna get started here with some arena battling. It's probably not all that exciting compared to what I normally do. The powers are starting to go up though, I guess with ISOs and stuff. Look at this, 567k. So it seems like my Black Order is falling a bit behind somehow. But they do have like 6 red call, and so I only have 5. I blitz really hard, for Call Obsidian. So they must have bought, some of these people must have bought offers, to have 6 Corvus, 6 Call Obsidian, and I don't know if anyone has a 7 or not, but I mean that's like probably the only way that they could do that. So my team's starting to fall behind a bit. I can probably still beat them, but it gets a bit risky, I think, when you're fighting like for anything over 40k. I think on a Black Order team it starts to get a bit tricky, but the rest of these should be fine. I think this is only about a 20k punch up, so I need to get my ISOs to level 5. I do have the crystals required now through the event, but the ions are going to be really, really difficult. And I'll be talking that again in a video tomorrow. I think we're going to be talking about ions some more and the crunch and all that, because now that people are getting towards the end of this event, it depends on whether or not for ISOs anyways, that you've put your ISOs in wide to the rest of your roster, or you just really focus on one team like I've been doing. And so I think that's why the crunch is happening. And hey, Jack Random, welcome everyone else, of course, to the stream today, and hope everyone's having an awesome Saturday. But we're gonna jump into this arena battle here. Speaking of, Jack Random's also in my arena shard. I don't know where you're at these days. Somehow I've managed to keep under 20 lately. So let's jump in here. So we have 525. We're punching up about 20k, but I don't think it's gonna be too big of an issue. We'll find out here. Okay, so here we are. 3 times speed. And I've seen people do slightly different arrangements on their layout per Black Order, but I've always done this with Corvus in the middle, but I have seen people change it up. I don't know if that's why I lose, or if it even really matters too much. I try to clear Ebony Maw. I try to go for him first, and I also want to trigger someone's low HP because I want the Thanos to flip first. You know, normally he does anyways, but and so I get to flip, which is good. I've just not, you know, because of, for some reason, I got into this arena shard, and because when I first downloaded this game, I was in Belgium at the time, and so now, where my arena payout at that time when I was in Europe, you know, would have been 5 or 6 p.m. You know, my payout now is 9 a.m. and I actually don't wake up that early much anymore. So sometimes I used to like set my alarm for like 8:15, 8:30, just so I can like be on arena to try and squeeze out or snipe, you know, some sort of position, some better position. But yeah, it's a bit tricky. I like my sleep. It is boring. Yeah, Black Order versus Black Order is boring. It definitely is, but there's just no better team that can do it as good as they can. So, you know, if you can't beat them, join them, I guess, is the idea. But it is tricky for people who either weren't around for the blitzes, didn't blitz very hard or whatever, and have kind of a low team to keep competitive. So I would say at that point that you're probably better off just maybe using the sort of hybrid meta in that case to beat Black Order, because it's still possible to beat them that way. It's just not as strong on the defense. You know, I can clip them pretty easily. I'm actually only half paying attention to what I'm doing, so I realized I didn't star throw yet. So I hate it when Cull gets stunned though, because now he's stunned and slowed, and it just takes forever. There you go, he shakes it off, and I haven't even done my ultimate on him yet. And so there we are. Yeah, they're super. I mean, you should see my my Black Order on War defense. Like with the buffs, if they don't kill Medbay and Barracks, they're sitting at 650k. It's pretty disgusting. And you know, I normally pick up like anywhere from 5 to 10 defense victories depending on which alliance we're facing, because it's really high. You know, and so, and even when I fight other Black Order teams, like I don't actually have a strong enough team to reasonably one-shot them. Like at best, you know, if I came across a 600k Black Order on the defense in War, at best I'd maybe be able to clear like one of their weaker members and then have to go back in again. But I think so far the best teams that I've used to beat Black Order is actually Doc Ock's Sinister Six. They can punch across. But I don't have a 600k, Doc Ock team, so I don't have any team that I can reasonably punch that high with in one shot. So, yeah, they're still very, very tough on war defense and things like that. So that's my first battle. I think I just cleared the milestone. Oh no, I haven't cleared the full matrix yet. I need to get that done while we're on today. So let's open this. I actually got really lucky with some of my basic orbs lately, and I've been pulling like Baron Zemo out of it. So hey, anything's possible. So I'm just gonna do really quick. I'm just gonna clear 2 blitz matches just so I can get that full matrix. I wanted to take a look at what the cost is. Why is my game laggy? There we go. I just wanted to see what the cost is right now for ions to get my characters up to tier 5. I'm not going to upgrade them here on stream probably, because I do want to do a separate video for that, probably to release for tomorrow. Because I think that this is starting to get really, really bad for ions anyways, and I posted in my previous video that you're roughly probably going to get something like 35 to 50,000 ions a day depending on how many cores you spend. And that means one level 5 upgrade is going to be like 5 days or more maybe on ions. I did play the Scream event, yeah, I've already cleared all of that. What's interesting though, and I want to go back in there, because Anti-Venom is available on node 3, and I really want to go back into that node with Sinister, and I want to clone Anti-Venom, and I just want to maybe, how you can actually test the character before he comes out, because you can kind of see if anything he does is bugged or anything, and so I just want to, because Sinister will clone him at a 7775 skill rating, so I want to go back in there and see if there's anything that's kind of that seems wonky about him to maybe pre-test it if that's possible. You know, because usually that's probably what we're gonna get, you know, next week or whenever he ends up coming out in the pre-offer. So it's kind of a good way to test that. ISOs change things a little bit with the Black Order. I mean, it depends on who you're using. I don't know if you're using the high legendary meta, legendary hybrid meta, but it's. I think who gets vulnerability, things like that, any random striker attacks maybe might impact that. I mean, if you're on the offense, you probably should still win. I think it's just on the defense, maybe you won't hold as much as you did before because of ISOs, because that makes them stronger when they attack you. I'm just gonna set this on auto. I think I just need one more just to clear my full Matrix event. Yeah, I just wanted to see, because I ran into, I actually autoed a lot of the Scream event. I just set my Symbiotes on auto, and it was really easy. I think even the last node is maybe only, even though there was a Black Bolt and a Phoenix, which I was a bit surprised about, I think it was about 25-30k. I don't know if anyone in the mid-range, you know, found it a bit difficult, because, I mean, it's rare that you come across something like a Phoenix in a campaign event, I think. Or in a character event. Actually, you know, while we're at it, maybe we'll go and check that Anti-Venom really quick with my Sinister, because I haven't actually done it myself, and I just wanted to see sort of what was going on there. So we cleared that last milestone here, get all my ISO nodes there, ISO crystals. Let's jump back into the Scream. I just have enough to go in on the hard mode anyways. So we can go into that here. Let's skip the text here. And we're going to... Oh, looks like I already had... Who's this? Oh, I wanted to go in with like my weakest characters, so that I have available. Just maybe they die. I wanted to test something about his revive. I know it's not gonna... It shouldn't revive other characters, but... I was gonna use Emma Frost, I guess, because she has like passive regen, and I wanted characters that didn't do a whole lot so that I could get through more turns. Aim Infector. I can't believe they even let you use Aim Infector for this event. I think that's pretty wrong, but... Alright, let's see here. Okay. Let's skip through that. Okay, so we're gonna try and get him out. I forgot that you get a Scream in the event as well. I'm surprised that Anti-Venom was only available on one turn and that you didn't actually get to use him because he's coming out so soon. Normally, like what they do with the Black Order and even the Swarm event, I think that you could actually use some of the other characters on your side. So I'm a bit surprised they didn't let you do that for this one for Anti-Venom. We're gonna kill Deadpool first. The reason why we're gonna kill Deadpool first is that I know that Anti-Venom's special does a revive here. So I want to make sure that he's the first one dead, just in case something's wonky about it. I want to test this. Gonna save that. I want to have as many symbiotes on their side up, if that's possible, when he drops down. Yeah, the event probably isn't that difficult for anyone who actually has symbiote characters, symbiote Spider-Man, you know, whatever. You know, this will probably be a super easy event. I don't see it being that difficult. And yes, Emma Frost is returning to the milestone sometime next week. Maybe it'll be it'll be the end of the World Warrior milestone. I forget what day that is, but definitely when that ends, it'll pick back up for all the other milestones as well. I want to say Tuesday or Wednesday, but I don't remember which day it is without looking at it. Okay, so it looks like we have to clear basically everyone before he spawns. Oh, there we go. Okay, that's the Anti-Venom wave. We need to get through him, or at least clear his debuffs, or clear his taunt. There we go, clear that taunt. What? Wait a minute. I thought her basic clear taunt. Maybe it's not high enough level? Okay, so that was his ultimate, right? I wanted to put it on 2 times because I just want to see the animations for it as well. Okay, there we go. So let's clone Anti-Venom. I have 101k, so let's see what his power turns out to be. Okay, so somehow my Anti-Venom is slightly higher power than Sinister, and I don't know how that's the case. Base stats maybe, but it says he's 102k. And that's about almost 1,000 more than Sinister. And I'm pretty sure that ISOs don't actually transfer over into. They said ISO stats transfer over, but the ISO classes don't. So maybe that's what it is. I don't know. Maybe his base stats are just generally higher than Sinister's. That's possible. We're stuck on a taunt here though. So we get to see the 7775 version, which is pretty cool. Clear 1 negative effect on the most injured ally that has a negative effect. If that ally is a symbiote, clear 1 negative effect from all other symbiote allies with a negative effect. The text is quite a bit of text on these things. And then gain regeneration. Gains evade at 50% health. So when I'm using him in the raids, or when I'm going to use him in the raids in Ultimate 7, this is what I'm concerned about, is I hope that his base stats are high enough that he can actually not get one-shot, because after the 3rd boss for me in the Ultimate 7 that I'm in, is the problem that I had with Scream, was that Scream would get targeted because she was lower hit points, and then she'd get one-shot by like a Korath or something. So I hope that Anti-Venom, he has enough hit points to survive that kind of thing when I get him. Attack primary target for 250, plus apply bleed. This is where it gets a bit wordy. Like, I understand what this means, but I feel like they could have said this in a better way. The opposite of 2 random positive effects on this character to the primary target. Couldn't they have just said that, like, I don't know. Maybe that's just me. It just seems awfully wordy. Like, I get it, because, you know, I can read between I understand, but I just feel like they could have done that better. And hey, Akshay, to the live stream. Hope you're having an awesome Saturday today. Heal the most injured non-summoned ally for 10% of this character. It's not a lot, but, you know, it's a basic. Plus clear heal block. That's nice though, so that's cool. Attack cannot be dodged, but it can miss, right? So I hate these kind of texts here where it says this attack cannot be dodged, but it's not unavoidable. So evade will work on it, I think. Is that the same text as Venom's text? But it's not unavoidable, like Doctor Strange is basic. So I have nothing to test it on, of course, but clear heal block on all allies, apply immunity to all. This is good. Heal block on all allies, apply immunity to all allies, because it goes first. As far as I'm aware, you know, it should go text by text. So heal block is cleared, immunity to all allies, and then healing. So that was really good. Unlike Shuri, I think there's a few other healers out there who kind of heal first and before whatever cleanse. Because I think Shuri can cleanse on Wakandans or something like that, but the problem was that it healed first and then never actually cleared the heal block until after she already healed. So I'm glad that it's actually going through in this way. Revive a dead symbiote with 60%. If there's no symbiote allies, revive. Gain 3 ability energy. So I guess if you for whatever reason, you're using them outside of the symbiote team, he gets 3 ability energy for that. And then the ultimate, which is on a bit of... They're kind of long cooldowns, but he should be, at least in raids, should be picking up a lot of turn bar and things from the other symbiotes. So hopefully this doesn't turn out to be so bad. That's like a cool... How many is that? 7. It's a bit high, if you ask me, but hopefully it doesn't take that long to get back up to. Gain the opposite of all negative effects, excluding bleed on the primary target. That's unfortunate. You know, that would be really awesome if you just took all the negative effects, including like all the bleeds in there, and it's just like... Not that you would need it, but there'd be like a crazy amount of regen on everyone. You're already getting 2 regen, I guess. Gain 2 regen. Spread 2 random positive effects on self to non-symbiote allies. Spread all on self on symbiote allies. Okay, so we read that. We're gonna... I don't know. I want to do it at 1 time just to see. Struggling to 3-star the last node for some reason. Have 107k symbiote plus Emma. It's yeah, I know there's a Black Bolt and a Phoenix. Maybe that's probably what's causing problems. Obviously I way overpowered it. I have like a 400k team, so that wasn't an issue for me. Let's do the ultimate here. It might be some RNG luck for you though, and maybe that's what you're gonna need to do to get it done. Welcome everyone who's come and joined the stream in the last little while here. I hope you're having a great Saturday. We're just going through. I'm trying to see something. I was looking at the animations actually, but I just wanted to see what it was like to clone Anti-Venom now that he's available here, and see what kind of shenanigans might happen. If there's any bugs with the character at all. And I just wanted to see, both on his side and on my side, to see if there's anything that looked out of the ordinary. Might be hard to see at first glance though, so that's why I'm putting it on 1x, just to test. And I'm using like my weakest characters, which shockingly is like still in the 20k. I don't ask me why my Nebula's even 20k, but I think I did it for blitz reasons. Maybe when Beast becomes farmable, I might actually put some more gear into him. I actually like his model, and I think his kit's decent. I just, you know, I only have him at 3-star, I think, so I don't really want to invest too much into him. Okay, so just waiting for the Anti-Venom turn to come back around here. Oh yeah, I forgot. Oh yeah, and when I did this with my screen, like it took forever because like every time someone died, both screens would go back and forth and like do their passive thing. The opposite of 2 random positive effects on this character to the primary target. Okay. Hey, that's interesting. It looks like he's attacking him. Attacking Beast there with the basic. He like runs up to someone and then heals them, I guess. How's my bio gear looking? I'm looking pretty good. I'm not actually spending. Sorry, I'm not using it too much right now. Okay, so here's the special. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Did you guys just see what I saw? Did you just see what I just saw? How was that supposed to happen? Wait a minute. That doesn't seem right, does it? So Deadpool just got revived, but that's not supposed to be part of his kit, is it? So does that mean I can revive someone that's not a symbiote? Is Deadpool a symbiote in this level? Like, why did that happen? That was odd. Okay. Alright. Nobody else seems to have a problem with that. Oh, he just came back again on his own. I think there's a passive there. Well, but does that mean it's a bug for this node, or is this a bug in his kit? So that's what I'm wondering. Is he gonna revive non-symbiotes too? Normally? That is something else. Okay, well, let's just speed this up a little bit. Oh, is this a known bug? Was this posted before? Not worth kicking up about then? That seems strange. It's the first time I've seen that. Oh. I guess I have nobody to revive, so I don't really know why I did that. Cool kit anyways, so that's weird though still about the Deadpool, but okay, I'll let it slide. My gold should be pretty okay for Emma, I think. We'll just auto the rest of it. I just wanted to see some of those things. I do like his kit, or sorry, I do like his animations. His animations aren't bad. Alright, let's get to some real stuff. I just wanted to take another look at Anti-Venom with Sinister. Yeah, if only I don't know. I pulled the 5 red domino, which should really help my survivability in war and things like that, but I would, you know, it's funny because when Domino's kit came out, she seemed so overpowered. Like, everyone thought, you know, this is crazy, you know, Deadpool's gonna revive infinitely amount of times. But in practice, you know, they just go right for Domino and almost doesn't even matter. So I don't know what I need to do to make my X-Force more survivable. Looks like I need to spend some energy, actually. Oh wait, I'm gonna farm some bio gear. So speaking of bio gear, I'm always farming more. I do need to gear up Squirrel Girl to 12, but I haven't quite done it yet. The reason why is because I have a 7 red, in case you watched my Squirrel Girl red star pulls from back then. Let's get some more of these isomers. Just been hoarding for Anti-Venom. I didn't check on MSF.gg how many I need. I think I have more than enough gear. I have 182 phosphates and 148 of these, so... And I have ABCs. Where are they? How many do I have? 600. I think you only need about 300 or so for most characters. And no more than like just under 300, or around the 300 mark for most characters. So I think I have enough for like 2 full characters. So I might actually upgrade Squirrel. I'm not really using Squirrel Girl right now. That's why I haven't upgraded her further. I'm not using her in a war team right now. I do have about 11.7 million gold, but I do also have gold orbs, 17 gold orbs. So, you know, I'm looking pretty good, I think, right now. I should be able to get Emma Frost to 5, no problem, this time around. How many do I need for her? Where is she? Oh, there we go. So I did get a 5 red promotion. I actually accidentally bought the 5 red. For some reason I thought she was already 5, and then I bought it, and then I'm like, wait a minute, I don't even have her at 5-star. So I need 115 shards. I think that's more than enough, because a 4-star upgrade is 180, right? So I got 195 shards in the last milestone, 180 for a 4-star, I'm pretty sure. So plus 15. So I got 195 on the last one, which means that I should be more than into 6-star. I think if you budget properly for these milestones, by the end of the 3rd pass, you should have 6-star if you're lucky. If you budget enough gold and all that, and make sure you maximize all your milestones, you should be able to get a 6-star. Because I got 6-star Symbiote Spider-Man when he finished on his 3rd pass, so I will probably pick up a 6 red Emma, but I'll wait until I know, you know, the 3rd pass and all that, to make sure that I do actually get her at 6-star. Everything else, though, is looking pretty good so far. I kind of wish I had a few better red stars on, like, Shuri, but I don't want to buy it out of the store. And otherwise, my red stars are actually pretty good. I forgot to buy that stupid Proxima offer that was available. It was for me, it was $7 Canadian for 50 shards of Proxima, and I was going to buy it, and then I guess I forgot, or I don't know. It slipped my mind, and then I forgot to buy it before it ended, so I'm kind of hitting myself, because for Black Order in the arena, you know, this is really important, and it was super cheap, so I should have bought that, but forgot. So here we are, clear. What milestone is this? Campaign energy, that ends today. I need to get that, those 5 ABCs actually, so maybe I will spend 1 more for it to get that. I mostly farm out of Doomore, though. I think Doomore is probably the best place to farm. You get more gold, you get orange gear in there, and you get the mini uniques, of course. So I make sure I do this every single day, and this is really important. So if you don't, you know, I have quite a bit, you know, close to 300 for most of these mini uniques, but you never know how many you're going to need to spend, especially going forward with things like level 80, I forgot where we were, and gear tier 15. So that's actually pretty good, you know, 5 of these mini uniques. Like, I remember when I was just reeling over trying to get some of these, and like, just to get 5 in a day is a lot for a mini unique. So if you're not already doing that, make sure that you're farming these every single day, because you're probably going to need them going forward, and the more that you get out of the Do More campaign, the less that you're going to need later on. And so I keep farming them, even though I don't need them right this moment. I think at some point at like 377, you know, it saves me 50k per piece basically, that I wouldn't have to buy them in the store. I don't farm this node very much here for those skill pieces here, but I do farm these 10 ones. So this one here for the this one here for the Celestial Lattice, which I also have a lot of, but I do farm them every day. So, alright, we've done that. Did I get the milestone for that and get those 5 ABCs? I think I did here. Yep, there we go. So it ends today. I try to get at least there. I've been spending less energy in my my campaign energy in general, because now we have 3 energy sets. So we have the campaign energy, we have the ISO energy, and then we have the Scream energy. So between the, you know, that's a lot of potential core spending there. So, you know, that's why I've been trying, you know, to keep myself down in the arena as much as I can because of the payouts. You know, I normally get under 20 or better than 20 or better. So that's 250, anywhere to 250 to 350 cores. I haven't been 3, 2, or 1 lately. I have to be up like right in the morning just to get that. I have to snipe somebody right at the last minute. But if I don't do that, then I won't get that. But I'm happy with what I get, and I got an 8 payout today, I think, so I got 300 cores there. And I do have a lot of cores still, but I don't know how long that's gonna last because I am coring Scream all the 50s, so I think that's 4 refreshes, I think, so that's 200 cores a day there. I only do 1 refresh of the campaign energy right now, just enough to get through the 600 for my alliance. I'm not really farming a lot of characters right now. I'm farming Negasonic and Ironheart, and that's it. Everyone else I recently hit to 7-star, so I don't actually need to I don't need to farm them with energy anymore. So that's less of an issue for me. And the ISO energy, I do probably about 2 extra ones. So I'm probably spending about 300 cores daily right now on stuff. So I'm not sure if I'm in a core deficit, but obviously, well, I mean, to what's coming in daily or not. I mean, obviously, I have a lot of cores here. I was expected to pull some of these actually for Scream, but she wasn't available because of a campaign event. Normally it's only Blitz characters that do that. And I'm actually thinking of, where's the offer? I'm thinking of pulling these offers, this core offer here. So there was this premium ISO 8 offer here, 375 cores for an orb. I've never opened one of these orbs. I don't know if anyone in the chat has opened any of these premium ISO 8 orbs. Let me know if you have and what they look like inside. Like I obviously you can see them in here and like generally what they have in them, but I haven't actually opened one. So if anyone here has opened one, tell me if they're crap or not, or if they're worth 375 cores. I'm thinking of maybe pulling one or both of them. Just to see, you know, I have a lot of extra cores, and, you know, if maybe any other people are curious about what's in there, you know, then that'll be science for both of us. It looks like it guarantees it says 15 at the top for level 1 crystals, and the percentages are really, you know, really all over the place here. 10, 7, 5. So it looks like at a minimum you're going to get 5 level 1s in the center. And then you could a 15% chance to get 5s or 2s or higher and things like this. So tons of percentages here. You know, I haven't done the math on any of this, and this seems like a lot of work. I don't even. It almost sounds like that's more than 100, but maybe it's not. Maybe it's not. Maybe one day I'll do the math out of that premium orb. So. That's what I maybe. Oh, I think they're the same on both sides. So looks like at a bare minimum you'd be getting. Oh wait, this is just 1. Ugh. Wait, 3 of 1 listed. I know. Okay, so 3 on the other side probably, and then in the center it's 1 of up to 5. So 11 ISO 1 crystals at a bare minimum. That's what it looks like to me. I don't know if that's like again. I don't know if this is good. It sounds like by the silence in the chat, and actually that nobody said anything for like about 10 minutes. Maybe I'm that enthralling. That looks like nobody else has really pulled these orbs either, but otherwise let me know about that. I'll probably pull them later. I need to think about it some more. But maybe further into the stream I'll consider pulling it. Maybe. I like science. I like you know, experimenting. I do have a lot of cores anyways, so it's not a huge hit to me. But if it ends up being useless, at least I'll know not to pull that ever again, I suppose. I don't think there's anything else worth it in here. So I'm at 345,000 ions, which sounds like a lot. But when we do go into... my Thanos is probably going to be my first upgrade to 5. That and Proxima probably. It is a fair bit, though. So we're looking at, like... Okay, so 20,000 there... and 38, so that's a little bit less. But if you look at the difference between the 20 and the 38, it's because the 38 requires all of these level 1 crystals. So in this event, they didn't really reward us with evenly distributed ISO crystals. It was kind of like for the focus value, for protector focus, they didn't really give us any 3s. I think it was just 1s and 2s. But for these other stats, they did give us 3s, and that's why it's cheaper. So the higher level crystals that you have to fuse with, the cheaper it is. But the more lower tier crystals that you have to fuse, the more expensive it is, which is why this is 38 and not 20. So combined, that's about 118,000, and then I have to spend 50,000 just to rank up. So that's 168, and that's just, I think, on the lower end. for him. I think I have other characters maybe that cost more, particularly in my Black Order. I'm probably going to change. I think I'm going to be switching classes. I don't think Ebony Maw, since I'm not using him in raids as much anymore, don't think I'll be keeping him as healer. I'm thinking of changing him to skirmisher actually, but so that's 38, 20, 20, 20, 20. Okay, that's the same. So I did see some. I have 50 somewhere, but maybe not anymore. Maybe it's because I have more level 3 crystals now, and I'm not seeing those higher values that I did a day or two ago. 24, 20, 20, 20, 38. Okay, so it's a little bit different. And then unfortunately Cull Obsidian is a protector, so I still needed to get his level 4 up, and that probably will make a huge difference too, but I want to get Thanos to 5 first before I actually get to level 4. That way I can see what's left over to give to Cull. Unfortunately, there's 2 of the same traits. And then of course Corvus, I should also be able to take him to 5 as well today, later on. It looks like to be able to the same. So there seems to be 20, you know, and then a 38,000 one. But when I looked yesterday, it was as high as 45,000 for a single crystal. So it depends on how many of these level 3 crystals you have to fuse upwards and what the cost is going to be on that one. So we'll do that a bit later. For now, we're going to get started on raids, though. And we're going to start in with Ultimus 7, because apparently it's been up for almost 7 hours. I haven't done anything yet, so that's bad on me. But I wanted to wait for the stream. Looks like there's someone else who hasn't, someone else in there that hasn't started. I need to get on at them. And I've been using Black Bolt as my 5th person lately, mostly because the Symbiotes take so many turns, and Black Bolt's burp helps, that he actually doesn't even do anything, but his passive does things. I use him in the first sort of set of nodes, probably up to the 3rd boss, and then that's when I switch into Ebony Maw. But even then, whatever 5th character you use, because of the speed bar that you get from Carnage, isn't going to make that much of a difference. You're getting so much speed bar between Scream's speed up and Carnage's passive that is pretty bonkers. Yeah, I haven't been doing too much Blitz actually for Domino. I think I'm at 1.5 million. I probably should do a bit more because she's not farmable as such, but yeah. Well, I'll be able to get to 50 Scream Orbs with the event if I only do the 50... I want to say no, but I don't know for sure. I haven't done the math on that. I think typically you would get about, if I'm not mistaken, anywhere from 2 to 3 orbs a day maximum if you are just doing the 50 core refreshes, I think. So if you're looking to get, I mean, I don't know, how many days is the event? I kind of forgot to look. But I would say it would be like 2.5 orbs per day times however many days. So I would probably say no to that, because 50 would be close to like almost 20 days, which I know we don't have that many. So I don't think 50 orbs is possible. Unless you start coring into the 100s, which I never do for events. Even for as good as Symbiotes, you know, I just can't. There's 15 days? That's quite a bit, actually. I would say 30 to 35 orbs is probably realistic, depending on how many more extra cores you spend, and if they give us any bonus energy or anything like that, which they haven't yet, but... Yeah, I would say definitely not on the 50 orbs. That's probably too many, but if you were to core into the 100s, you probably could get that if you wanted it. But why 50 specifically? Are you looking for 50 Scream Orbs, or you just wanted to open a flat 50, or... $50 was a very round number that you just came up with. Of course, if you have really good luck, that, you know, you might get some pretty, you know, you can get up to 18 or 24 shards in the center. Well, highly unlikely, you know, you could get anywhere from 14 to 16. Those are, you know, the pink drops or whatever in the middle. People call it purple, but I call it pink, for the color in the center, for those better drops. I mean, I for sure should be able to get at least 5-star for me, for Scream. I pulled a really, really nice Scream orb opening. You know, on one offer I pulled an 80 shard in the center, which is the most I have ever received in a character offer, so that's going to do well. I should have stunned Shield Trooper. Okay, yeah, so if this is your first time doing the hard event, then yeah, you're most likely going to end up, if you're coring just in the 50s, I would say you'll probably end up with, over 15 days, 35 to 40 orbs at most, probably. But it's more, you're more than capable of getting 4-star, 5-star if you have good luck. So it depends on your luck on that one. You know, for Swarm, I think I got 4.5-star, and I was coring in the 50s, but yeah, I just had some really terrible luck with Swarm, so I didn't actually make it to 5-star. But 5-star is possible. You'll probably definitely get to 5-star with, and it depends on whether or not you bought an offer as well. If you didn't buy an offer, that makes it a little bit more difficult and more RNG luck dependent on the Scream Orbs, or just event orbs in general. But hopefully you get some good luck. I'm wishing you some luck for your orbs, and myself some luck as well. And everyone else luck, for that matter, for Scream Orbs. Hopefully everyone gets their shards for Scream. Really good character. And it does look like that we are going to be getting... It looks like we are going to be getting some sort of Scream shard compensation to some degree because of the villain poll or whatever that was going on Facebook. So I don't know what that's going to be. It sounded like that they were doing a login calendar of sorts. So fingers crossed that, you know, we get some additional, which I'm surprised that they even offered that as a new character. But hey, I'll take free shards for anyone. And I think on that villains poll, I believe it was Proxima, Scream, Taskmaster, and Baron Zemo. So there's a possibility of them getting additional shards as well in some sort of login calendar. And they're doing another set of polls or something. I don't know if it's for heroes, and they're doing some sort of heroes villains poll, and I don't know what that's lead to a blitz. I'm not sure. For anyone new to the stream here today, welcome, of course, to Boilon's Saturday stream, and hope you're all having a great weekend and all that, wherever you are in the world and whatever time it happens to be for you guys. We're just doing some Ultimus 7.1. I think I've only opened 2 orbs so far, and I haven't gotten any, or maybe 3, and I haven't gotten anything good yet. Normally, some people like to hoard their orbs. I normally wait until about 3 to 5 orbs, just because I feel better about opening more at once, but maybe that's just me. I feel like maybe my luck is slightly higher when I open multiple orbs. But no pink drop or no 14 plus drop for me yet on screen, unfortunately. The only disappointing thing about running Black Bolt without Thanos is that he doesn't get his ability energy back as quickly as he does when I run him, which was my old raid team with Thanos, Black Bolt, and Ebony Maw behind, and then Symbiote, Spider-Man, and Carnage. And we have Alliance War starting in about 16 minutes or so. So I'll be jumping on there after we clear the raids here to see what's going on over there. See if we're going to get crushed or not. We did win the last match, but we lost the match before that. So I'm not sure how bad the matchups are going to be, because as we know, Alliance War matchmaking and algorithm matchmaking is not very good there. So we'll have to see how things go. Hey BS, how's it going? How's your weekend? And hope everything's going awesome. Thanks for showing up on the stream today, and everyone else, of course. We're doing pretty well in YouTube these days. Subscribers are steadily rising, and it's just a matter of time until I hit that 1,000 mark, which will be a big milestone mark for me. You know, so I've been really happy about doing content for you guys, and we did actually get a channel donation not too long ago, which will go towards my Anti-Venom offer, because I wasn't I knew I was gonna probably buy the Anti-Venom offer, but it helps now that, you know, I have less to worry about on my wallet, especially amid COVID-19, you know, that I can buy that offer with a little bit sigh of a relief for that. Just getting some raid on today, and Alliance War in a little while. Did some checking up on Anti-Venom in the Scream campaign, just to see, and apparently, maybe he's just bugged for that level, but he was reviving Deadpool, which seemed a bit strange to me. Other people didn't seem to care too much, but yeah, that was a bit of a weird one for me. Hope that when he actually comes out, because we know that, you know, bugs happen, and so I'm hoping that the bugs are at least kept to a minimum for Anti-Venom, because he's so hyped, and everyone's hyped for Symbiotes. I'm actually surprised that Scream hasn't been bugged. Unless someone wants to correct me, I'm pretty sure this might be the first character that hasn't been majorly bugged on release. So I haven't come across anything super wrong with Scream, as far as I'm aware. Which is shocking, so... I actually really like Scream. Scream has a really good kit. I put T4s into her basic because I basic almost all the time. And it does a lot of damage. Like, with Raider... I think she has Raider. I think she's using Raider right now. She crits a fair decent amount, and she's basicing for like 50k. Plus the bleed of damage, of course. It's really good. Scream is... I took her to T14. But, so that has lowered my... And actually, I'll look at it after. My bio orange gear is really hurting right now, so that's a bit of a problem. Yeah, her HP is definitely on the lower side, so that is a problem for sure. But when you get to like tier 14... it's less of a problem, and obviously when you get more stars, you know, once she gets into the elite store, I'm definitely going straight for that 5 red stars for Scream, and hopefully that should help her survivability as well. But we might not see it here, or we might see it in this. I don't know if we'll see it in this node, but definitely around the 3rd boss node and beyond, she definitely has the possibility of getting one shot. Because for me, I think she's sitting at 120k, which is still a lot, but a really bad starting crit by like a Korath or something like that, with the amount of damage they do in these higher difficulties, it can still probably one-shot somebody. So I think Anti-Venom is supposed to be a bit beefier on the hit points than Scream is, so that... Oh my god. See, that's what I'm talking about. Do you see what happened? Like, that starting turn? So that can be a bit dangerous here with shield characters because of Nick Fury and that speed, and everyone goes first before my characters, so that was scary. Things like that can be scary, you know, like turn 1 sort of beatdowns, and then after that everything's fine, you know, like I got all the buffs now, I'm fine, I'm good to go. But not so good to go in the first turn, so that's the biggest problem I think here. Stupid Deadpool. Even with defense up, you know, they do a surprising amount of damage, but I guess he also had offense up. I meant to go the other way. Okay. Oh, this is the one with the Magneto node, isn't it? Or is this not the Magneto? I'm pretty sure there's a Magneto in here somewhere. Hey Reinhardt, how's your Saturday going? Thanks for joining the stream. Hope things are going well with you. Just another day here and another Ultimus 7 raid. And hopefully we don't get wrecked. There's a lot of debuffs to spread there, I'll tell you. If I had Anti-Venom, that would have been like positive effects all over the place on the team. So, not yet, but hopefully sometime soon we'll be getting Anti-Venom. And of course, I do have... I think about 65, 70 red star orbs, something like that. But unfortunately they haven't been running any of those PvP milestones. I know people are really tired about PvP from from the Sinister milestones, but we used to get those. Yeah, lots of debuffs going on here. We used to get those PvP milestones that would give you about 7 red stars and some gold orbs and things like that, and they weren't all that difficult to clear. And given what you got out of it, I kind of wish that they had it. I thought they were going to run it because they have PvP on the events window for like 20 days or 30 days or whatever it was, and so I'm surprised they didn't run a milestone alongside that. The Purging Parasite event is now, so if you haven't started on your screen, you should, because that's ticking down on your energy. Oh yeah, you know, for sure. What do they call it? I forget what the unbalanced PvP is actually called. What's the name that they give for that? But anyways, yeah, it sucks because it's basically just using your roster versus someone else's roster, which is fine for someone like me, you know, who has a pretty beefy roster, you know, no matter which way you slice it. But for other people, you know, it could be really unbalanced in that sense. I forget what the term. It's just classic draft, isn't it? There's no real word for it. Ran out of time on my U7 node. That is. Yeah, that's gonna happen. I remember back in the day when my characters were weaker, you know, and I would run out of time, and especially I don't know if how many people were here before the difficulty slider, when there was just one difficulty, but it was actually harder, and the base difficulty for Ultimus 7 was basically like I think Ultimus 7.2, something like that. Like it was quite difficult. Classic Ultimus 7. Oh, classic draft. Yeah. I actually, I like balanced draft, and people are gonna hate me. You know, lots of people hate me for saying that I like PvP, but I don't like classic draft, and I don't like quick draft. Now, I get it. I get that quick draft, and I'm gonna run out of time if I don't hurry up. I should shut up. I'm really bad at multitasking, like talking to you guys sometimes, and like doing something on a timer. This reminds me of when I did that Symbiotes match in Alliance War. If anyone was here for that, I basically came down to like the last second, clearing these guardians with my with my symbiotes. And that's because I'm bad at like some multitasking. There we go. Okay, we cleared it. Oh, Anti-Venom, the Purging Parasite. Yeah. Okay, sorry. I forgot. There's so many symbiotes right now. I think I'm looking at my calendar right now. He could come out as a pre-offer next week on like the 13th, but that's only 1 week from the offer from She-Hulk, and I kind of think it's going to be the 20th, but maybe not. Maybe the offer could come actually as early as next week, and now that I think about it, and then maybe the Anti-Venom event will start on the 20th, the week of the 19th and the 20th, maybe. Depends on how early and how long they intend to run the event for. If it's a 2-week event, or I mean, it would be at least a 2-week event probably. So we'll have to see. I think, you know, I personally think that for PvP that they should have a trophy system. I actually think that there should be a trophy system in PvP for some, you know, I don't know. I think it would discourage people from like bailing out of matches and things like that if there was something else on the side involved in the PvP system. You know, whether it's for tournaments or for, you know, like a week long, and then they calculate the trophies at the end of the week and they give you some rewards based on that. That could be really neat, I think. Something like that. But they would need to find other ways than what they're just doing right now in PvP, because clearly it's not enough incentive to get people to do it, but it's also not enough disincentive to stop toxic players from doing stupid things in PvP. So after my 5 nodes, I'm 10 million damage, and well, look, we have our newest member of the Alliance. He's at 10.3 million damage, which is really surprising, and surprising in a good way, but also surprising because that means that everyone else who's down here really aren't pulling their weight. I don't know if any of them are watching my stream, but yeah, they need to get on that. I would like them to do more about the PvP. I'm actually going to do 1 extra node because I want to get a bit further. I have a lot of these things. We get these for compensation sometimes, and I like never spend them. So I'm just going to use 1 extra one here today. Yeah, they really need to do something better about PvP though. They need to... I don't know. I don't know. I mean, obviously it's up for them to decide how they want. You know, it's not like they're consulting people like me. I'm not part of the envoy system or anything like that yet. So, you know, my opinions don't really matter too much here. But yeah, I do. I think other people would enjoy PvP more if there was some tweaks. There was some maybe, I don't know. I know people say that they don't want too many rewards behind PvP, because then if that's the case, it's going to force them or make them think that they need to do it more. And it's weird because nobody's forcing anyone to do PvP, but then people are saying, well, if I want to stay competitive, then I need to PvP. You know, if I need to get the resources or whatever, like the Sinister event and all that stuff, then they feel obligated to need to do the PvP, which you don't. I mean, you could have done it via Blitz. You could have got picked up score that way. Hope I don't get my ass kicked here. Like I said, bad at multitasking. But that hurt. It was like 100k damage or something. Yeah, I don't know. I want them to do something with PvP, and I hope they do in the near future, whatever that happens to be. Yeah, well, I mean, I guess from this perspective, I suppose I'm endgame player talk as well. But I do like PvP, so it's no problem for me. But I do understand that there is a bit of an issue between people who... It is a bit of a time-consuming game, I'm not gonna lie. You know, like, there are times where I spend... I get these warnings on my phone, it's like screen time up, you know, like, I have spent more time on my screen, you know, and that's for sure. I think that they should... Yeah, actually, skins would be really great for PvP. Another thing is just, I think that they, with the Blitz, Auto Blitz, I can't wait for that Auto Blitzer to come, because if they're going to start pushing PvP more, then they need to give some wiggle room on other things like Blitz, you know, so let us Auto Blitz, or do whatever we want to do there, so that it gives us more time to do some of these other things. I think having us do both blitzing and PvP, I'll admit, that's a lot of time. But if they can break down the time elsewhere to give us more time to play PvP, then maybe some people would mind less. I admit in the Sinister event, doing both Blitz and PvP on the same day was kind of bad. Yeah, I mean, I get these weekly updates on my phone. They're like, okay, your phone is, or your screen time's up 20% this week or something like that. And I'm like, and when the Sinister event was going on, I definitely had that for sure. My only complaint about the Symbiotes, and maybe it's not a complaint, but I guess their damage isn't as fast as it was when I was using Black Bolt and Thanos, and I could just, you know, do a Black Bolt AoE, wipe them out, get more ability energy back, and do it again. So there's not a lot of AoE attacks, like all enemy attacks, except for Symbiote Spider-Man's ult, and it's the only thing that hits everyone on the field. So there's a lot of single target going on, and a lot of, you know, moving buffs around, or debuffs around. So it's a little bit slow. I'm hoping that with Anti-Venom I might be able to put it on auto so that it takes away my input, and so I can just maybe hopefully clear it that way, at least on the non-boss nodes, because, you know, they can decide quicker than I can, so maybe that will make it easier on the time. And we do have some quick gamma to go on before Alliance War starts in a couple of minutes here, so we're gonna go... It's not that hard here, but... Yeah, but even though you're auto-blitzing, you know, by hitting the auto and doing that, you're still taking time. You're taking the time that it takes to load. Taking the time to load the nodes and do that, you know, for me it would be about 30 teams. So even just the loading portion, if you were to take that, for me it takes like anywhere from 10 up to 10 seconds to load a match sometimes. So, you know, if you multiply that by 30, that's still lost time there. I use shield here, I'm pretty sure. So where's my shield theme? Nope, not that high. Where's my shield characters? I can't even see my own... Oh, they're under here. There we go. And then I put Coulson in instead of Shield Trooper. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, there's usually tons of stacking bleeds when it comes to the symbiotes, and then sometimes they don't even take their turn. So they're not actually always taking the damage when it comes to bleed, because they just die before the bleed ticks because of all that turn bar. So that's a thing too. How many Greetings commanders do I have to go through before they actually give us Doctor Doom? When are we getting Doctor Doom? And I'm curious, you know, is Doctor Doom going to change the meta? You know, is Doctor Doom going to beat Black Order? And if they are, how? You know, like, I'm not sure at this point. I find it harder. Oh, that was cool. Coulson actually pulled out, like, a grenade launcher there, and, like, I don't remember that attack. I remember that when he kills on his basic, he does, like, a stun gun thing. What was that? I don't know what Doctor Doom's kit needs to have in order to beat the Black Order. I like theory crafting, but I'm not I don't know what exactly that they're gonna need necessarily to beat them. What's gonna be the ultimate counter kit? Just because they're fairly well-rounded, I think, Black Order, and that's what makes them so strong. You know, they don't have enough sustain to be a raid team, but they can be used in raids. In Ultimus, I've definitely done it before at lower difficulties. They can probably clear a boss node on their own. Yeah, I don't know. They're gonna need to bring in more. I don't know why they haven't brought in tabs. You know, for each game mode, they should have a tab for save squads and things like that, team slots. I don't know why they haven't done that yet, because that's probably more frustrating than the lack of overall save squads. I think that if they had it for different game modes, that would alleviate some of the pressure as well. Because I know that some people are saving teams for their raid. I don't do that, actually. I don't think. I think I maybe have 2 extra ones at the bottom, but I don't do it too much for other game modes. But I would like to. I just don't. But if they made that available, I think it would alleviate some of the pressure. Obviously, for Blitz, I think I don't even know how many characters do we have now. 130, 40 something. So I suspect that Doctor Doom should be in the roster before the end of the year. I don't know when they're going to bring out Dark Dimension 4, but it's going to be coming with that. And I suspect that level 80 will probably be next patch. I think that they're going to be ramping up to do more Chapter 2 next patch for sure. They brought out the ISOs now, and I think that ISO is an early precursor to what we're going to be seeing with level 80 and Dark Dimension 4. And I think next patch, fingers crossed, but I think next patch is going to be the level 80 patch. And it'll probably be the Dark Dimension 4 patch at the same time, because it's going to take time for people to get to level 80, but I think that also the whales are going to buy a lot of these campaign energy offers and things like that to push their XP faster, and so they're going to want to get to Dark Dimension 4 as fast as they possibly can. So I'm looking forward to it, but of course when level 80 and Gear Tier 15 comes out, that also means new Gear 15 mini-uniques. So what that means in terms of how to obtain them, maybe through the store only, maybe through the War Store. Maybe you should be saving your War currency for Gear Tier 15 if it becomes available there like it was for the mini-uniques. I know that right now I'm starting to save my War currency because I do have my X23 is actually about halfway to 6-star, so I do want to make sure that I get to 6-star Doc Ock next time around. But I don't. And I really want Sinister to 7-star, but that's a lot of shards on war currency to go from, you know, to get 300 shards. So. You'd be surprised. I don't think that the Gear 15 is going to take it. Well, it depends, because we don't know what the requirements are going to be for Gear 15. We don't know. I should be getting rid of Psylocke here. We don't know how many characters you're going to need to get in there. We just know it's Gear 15 is the requirement. We don't know how many characters. Can you start with 1? Because, I mean, I'm pretty sure with Dark Dimension 2, you could start with 1 character, no? Or Dark Dimension 1 or something. Ah, jeez. What do you... Someone just scared the shit out of me. What did you do? What the hell was that? Jesus. Sorry, someone, like, slammed my door. Okay. Jump scare at like noon. God. People. Sometimes I wish I lived alone. Anyways, back to what I was saying. I'm not dead yet over here. Did anyone else hear it? I mean, maybe it was just me. I don't know if the mic was... Maybe the mic didn't pick it up because it wasn't facing that way, but... Yeah, anyways. So... Yeah, I can... No, I'm not in a dorm. I'm in a house, just with other people. And they know I'm live streaming, but maybe they're just... I don't know, maybe they hit the door or something. Anyways, about Gear 215. It'll take a long time for the rest of us, but I think that for whales and things like that who want to spend more, I think that it's going to be a bit quicker for them. So I think that they're going to make a lot of money off of the offers for... they're going to be buying a lot of offers to get towards Gear 15, whether it's offers for mini uniques for Gear 15 or campaign energy to get XP. I think that they're going to release level 80 and Dark Dimension 4 at the same time, so that they can milk these people for it. Defenders or mercenaries? Well, if anyone did pick up that sound, yeah, it was just some banging on the door, on my door, I guess. Oh, my ears? I guess it depends on where you live. I think they call it a zero here. I believe a zero size in Canada. If you're talking about like my ear plug things that I have. I've had these for a long time. Since like I don't know. I'm 30 now, actually, so I don't normally release my age, but I'm 30 years old. And I've had them probably since I was like 23. Alright. Defenders or... No, I don't like this lane. I like this one. Defenders and Hydra. So, because I like using Baron Zemo. I love Baron Zemo. I actually tier 14 Baron Zemo. I don't know. I know he's a war character, but it's just his kit is really good. I really like him wherever I get a chance to use him. And he's really nice. Well, I see all the people are talking a lot more. Maybe all they required was a jump scare to get people to talk and chat more. Because sometimes it goes like minutes or like 10 minutes without someone saying something. Anyway, wait a minute. I'm just gonna use Zemo with my defenders, and then on the boss node, I pull in the rest of my Hydra. Where's Daredevil? Oh, there he is. Iron Fist, and Luke Cage. I can't put Kingpin as a 5th because he doesn't have a tag. You can't use him in Gamma, as far as I'm aware. And actually, I need to change my settings a little bit here in BlueStacks. Oh, enable high frame rates. Yeah, this is what I was going to do. Should pick up the speed a little bit. Looks like we killed some people in the background there. Oh, there wasn't a comment about my earphones. I'm pretty sure it was a comment about my earplugs. Like my things in my ears, I guess. I don't know if you can see it on the camera. I think that's what someone was commenting on. Not my earphones. Not my iPhone earplugs. It's funny because my Baron Zemo is way stronger than any of my defenders. I think with the exception of Jessica Jones, who's tier 13, the rest I think might be sitting at tier 10 still. Like I took them up to where I needed them for content at the time, and then I dumped them. I never took them past that. And I don't know if anyone's watching, too many people are watching for my alliance, but there's this guy in my alliance that has a tier 14 Luke Cage. And at the time I was like, why did you do that? You know, like, I just don't think Luke Cage is someone that you need to take up anywhere near that high. I really hope at some point that they bring Kingpin into better use. I kind of wish he had a Spider-Verse tag, but I'm wondering if that might make him too strong, because there's a lot of random Spider-Verse synergy out there. But he is a good character for various reasons, but the lack of synergy with other people, like, he has good villain synergy and no, maybe it's not villain, mercenary. I think it's just villains in general. Like, they could do something more with that, and maybe they're gonna do a second, I don't know, a third Spider-Verse team, who knows. But I hope that they do something more with Kingpin, because I think he deserves some love too, and so do a bunch of other characters. Hey there, Jonathan, welcome to the stream today. Hope you're having an awesome Saturday. I'm going to save all my cooldowns actually for Zemo going into the boss later on. I kind of wish that you couldn't see what other people put in your alliance. Like, I'm not going to boot someone for doing it, but it just feels, because I know what I know, you know, I know what I know, you know, that some people just shouldn't be putting in T4 into Luke Cage's basic. That is a good example. So the same guy who put tier 14 on Luke Cage put a T4 on Luke Cage's basic. I'm like, why? You know, like, what purpose does that serve? Like, I've looked at it time and time. I've looked at the it's like, what, 40% damage? Why would you waste T4s on a Luke Cage basic? Like, you know, I'm not going to kick you from the alliance. Some other people might, like, in other alliances, but still, there's some really questionable upgrades out there. So the moral of the story is, don't T4 stupid moves. Don't waste T4s. Don't waste T4s on crappy characters. Yes, this is, in case people were unaware, this stream is a weekly Saturday stream for now. I might consider doing more than one, but I'll definitely make that apparent on my YouTube channel somewhere. And on my Discord as well. So if you do have Discord, I have the link to my Discord in the description below, also on the front of my channel. So if you're interested in talking to me there, you know, we got a decent community building there, and I announce all these things there as well. Recommendations for Hela ISOs. I actually don't know if I put anything into. Oh, I gave her a striker actually. So I think Striker is probably... I'm not going to say that, actually. I don't know. I haven't actually thought too much into Hela at this time. But I'm thinking that you wouldn't... I don't know. Maybe the chat can put some input into Hela. I don't think that you're going to want Healer or Fortifier, that's for sure. I'm currently using a Striker because I have the 5% damage increase. But... Skirmisher, I think in terms of the wider Asgardian team, it depends on what you're using her for. Are you using her for the full team on war defense? Or, because what you use on war defense might be different than what you would use for raids, if you're using her for raids. I could see Raider being a thing, because she does have AoE with Death Knives, and that would be more crits for that. But I think the flat damage from Striker might be a little bit better, and the follow-up as well. So I think either Striker or Raider, not Skirmisher, personally. I think you could go for either or. And I think it's the same kind of argument that you can make a little bit with Thanos. The Thanos argument is either Raider or Striker. I think there's a lot of arguments between Raider and Striker, you know, because Striker gives flat damage increases, whereas Raiders give you more crit, and therefore more chance to do more damage, but Striker is flat damage, so you don't have to rely on that RNG portion. So it depends on what you prefer a little bit more. I don't know if you're wrong. I don't think it's going to be that detrimental either way. It probably at most it would be a couple percentage points of damage, perhaps either way. I don't think it's going to be a huge difference. If there's a lot of death groups, I suppose she would do a follow-up attack on Striker if you have people that can apply the vulnerability with her as well. But I'll admit that I haven't really put a whole lot of consideration at this point on Hela, because I have been working on a lot of my Symbiotes and Black Order. Now, because there's no blaster on the Black Order, what I have been doing is I've been going back through my blasters and putting level 1 ISOs classes on most of my blasters that I use in War or in any other game mode, except for these I haven't put out there. But most of the other ones I put up to level 1 at this point. And I'll work on them more as I come through the weeks. Obviously, ions is going to be a problem. I mentioned that earlier on in my stream, and I'll check it again here. Oh, I'll show it off again, rather. Let's go to all. So the cost is quite heavy for ISO upgrades after level 4, and even after level 3, really. But here, for example, for Ebony Maw, is going to be 38,000 for this piece here, and then 20 for the rest. Although this can go up as high as 50,000. So it depends on how many lower tier crystals that you're fusing up. So if you have a lot of lower level ISO crystals, then you're going to be spending more. Whereas over here, it's 6 level 3s, and that's why it only costs 20,000. But over here, it's 18 level 1s, 12 level 2s. So all these extra fusing is costing more ions. So I do have 350,000 ions or thereabouts. But that's going to be, 80,000 here plus 38. That's 118,000 plus 50,000 for the rank up. So that's 168,000. So I only have enough ions really probably for 2 level 5s. And I haven't spent barely any ions at all. I don't buy out of the shop anymore after I made that warning from last weekend. And so I'm probably going to do a follow-up video on this just to make people aware again. Just make sure that they're aware of what the costs are going to be at level 5. Now that I'm actually there and ready to upgrade some of my characters, I think people should really make sure that their ion currencies, that you're not spending too much of that. No problem, Mohammed. Thanks for coming by the stream, and I'll see you next time. Any skill recommendations in order of relevance? Like skill characters? Oh, sorry, I missed Raider. What ISO for Yo-Yo? I would probably give her a Skirmisher, because I think that she's really quick, and so she's going to be applying more. You could do Raider for Yo-Yo, because there's multi-hit attacks, but personally, I would do Skirmisher, as when you level up Skirmisher past level 3, you get the ability to clear buffs. So I think that would be really good for Yo-Yo, personally, and she's very fast. Skill character recommendations. Definitely Baron Zemo if you have them, but otherwise Taskmaster probably, just once I get the skill. And it depends on if you're working on Black Order or not. So obviously Proxima and Corvus are some of the strongest skill characters that they're available there, and they're actually even usable outside of the Black Order. Proxima specifically you could use in Dark Dimension 3. Her Star Throw is really good in Dark Dimension 3 for 2 turns of offense down during the Cosmic Lane if you need it. It depends on what point in the game you're at and what you have available to you, so I don't know what your roster looks like, Jonathan. But I would say Proxima, Corvus are at the top. Taskmaster is another good option. I got 6 red Taskmaster, but I don't have the shards on them, so I wish they would make them available soon. And I have that spreadsheet of mine that shows the sort of the release dates, and really I think they're going to skip out on Black Order, but Red Skull and Taskmaster should be coming up next for farmability. And then, of course, Baron Zemo is really good. I love Baron Zemo. And then beyond that, Killmonger is another good choice. Actually, he's a good choice for skill gear. If you're leveling up the Mercs team, he slides in really well there, and he's usable for the Flash event, for the Wakandans, for the promotion credits, so you'll want to consider that too. Shield kind of has really taken a dive. A lot of them are skill, actually. Shield Assault, Shield Security, Nick Fury. But I don't think you really need them too much at this point. And if you don't already have them leveled up, I wouldn't go out of your way to spend resources on Shield. I just don't think it's really necessary at this point, but Shield was a very solid team about a year ago, and something that I used quite a bit. I used Shield Security and Nick Fury in Dark Dimension 2 way back in the day, before all of these better characters, and so that's why I have them where they are. Everyone else, Shield's still a decent war defense team, but I don't think I would go out of your way to build them anymore, because outside of war defense, they're just not as useful. You used to be able to use Shield in Ultimus raids, Ultimus 6, and things like that, and they were quite good, because they had decent, actually they had pretty good sustain with Shield Medic and things like that, so they were sort of, before Minerva and things like that, they were the top sort of raid team, I would say, at the time. Yeah, the ion grind is awful, so I want to do a separate video on that, which is why I'm not actually upgrading them here on the stream. So I'm going to save that for later on. Probably I'm going to upgrade it tonight, or I'm going to do a video on it tonight for tomorrow or something like that. So that's why I just didn't want to upgrade it here right now. I want to do it on the video. Another thing that I also want to do is buy the I'm considering buying this offer for the premium T1 ISO orbs. I don't know if anyone else in the chat, I asked the chat earlier about a half hour ago, nobody really said anything, but I don't know if there's anyone new here that have maybe even opened one of these premium T1 ISO orbs. The drops, I don't know what the drops look like inside, but there is an offer available down here for power cores. You can buy 2 of them for 375 cores a piece. Now, I have quite a bit of cores, so I'm contemplating doing this. I'll probably do this on the stream. Maybe now is a good time to do that. I'm just wondering what other people have any thoughts about this premium ISO 8. Have anyone opened this yet and can tell me whether or not it's worth it or not at all? Punisher is good. If you're using defenders, he's good, but he's not a meta character. Punisher's probably worth putting some gear into, just not a lot. I don't think so. You can use him if you need to squeeze your way into Dark Dimension 3. I don't even know if I would upgrade him anymore, actually. I originally upgraded Punisher to tier 13 to get myself into tier 13, but now there's better skill characters to do that. Like Taskmaster, for example, would do much better than Punisher. So unless you need Punisher for a specific reason, for like Hero 7-1, which unlocks level 70, I don't know if you really need Punisher too much anymore these days. But you know, feel free to get him, you know, if you want him or you think you need him. So I'm gonna do 1 of these orbs. Nobody else is saying anything still, so I'm assuming nobody's bought this. And otherwise someone would be telling me if it's a bad deal or not. So we are going to buy 1 for now, and if it turns out to be really good, maybe I'll buy both of them. I do have a lot of cores, of course, like you guys can see. I have almost 13,000 cores, because I didn't spend them for Scream, which I was originally intending to do, because I thought maybe she'd be a Blitz, actually. So we're going to buy this orb here. I'm going to click on it, and we're going to buy it, and we're going to open it together. I'm just going to be buying the first one, though, and we're going to open this together, and we'll see what's inside. And I'm just looking at my it looks like my stream's actually 10 seconds behind, so I need to keep that in mind. I thought I fixed that from last time, but it seems like there's still a bit of a delay here. So right, so we have the orb here anyways, and we're gonna open this. Not gonna use any seed theory or anything like that. Let's hope for that one of those tier 5 crystals in the back. That'd be really nice, wouldn't it? It would save me a lot of ions as well. I would probably keep your Punisher at gear 10. You could probably level him up a little bit more, maybe to 60, 65, but I wouldn't take him much beyond that, I don't think. Unless there's a specific reason you think you need him. Alright, let's open this orb, guys. Ah, it's all greens. Okay, so I got 16 level 1 crystals, which is equivalent to, well, let's see, 80,000 ions in the store, which obviously is a bad deal. This is probably equivalent. This is equivalent to 5 basic ion orbs at the bare minimum. Was it worth it? I don't know. Should we open another one? You tell me. You guys think I should open another one? What was that? 10 brawler health, 3 support armor. Looks like I have a lot of those, and 3 blaster resist. Looks like I don't have very many of those, so that was okay. Was it worth 375 cores though? I don't know. Should I buy the other one? I'm not sure. Should I invest more on my level 64 gear 9 gear 10 defenders? I probably wouldn't take your defenders beyond gear 10. I would invest in other city hero characters that are a bit better. Things like Symbiote Spider-Man if you have him. If not, hopefully you'll get him soon. Ghost Rider. Even Miles Morales, because he's going to be in the Young Avengers, and that I think will be a little bit better coming soon. Miss Marvel, other city heroes outside of the Defenders who will probably take you a little bit further than the Defenders at this point, so it might be... That being said, you only need to clear Hero 7-1 in order to get through to Villains Chapter 7, so you can clear it with the Defenders. I'm pretty sure I did, actually. But at this point in the game, I don't think Defenders are really worth leveling up. over some of the other available characters. And just because we're here, I know let's just take a second, and some people want me to open up that other orb. We're gonna just peek really quickly into Hero 7 again, just to show you the characters that you have available to you. Now I have a video on my channel, Level 70 Guide, which has the characters that I recommend for it, but for those people who didn't see it, those are my top characters. But, you know, let's say get rid of him. Even Squirrel Girl, you know, to be honest, will have better use. These are like some of the better characters outside of Defenders. You could use OG Spider-Man and Punisher if you need to, but I would say these 5 are the better. If you don't have Symbiote Spider-Man, I would say how far away are you from getting him, because he's just that good. Symbiote Spider-Man is like probably the best character in the game that's not a legendary, I would say. You know, I think he's probably going to be #1 on my top 10 sort of free to play. Some people might argue whether or not he's free to play, given that he's only in the milestone orbs, but if I decide to put him on that list, he'll probably be #1. So he's that good. If anyone doesn't have Symbiote Spider-Man but is close to unlocking him, I would maybe hold off from leveling a 5th city character for these levels and just build up Symbiote Spider-Man. He's that strong. The others are, I think, going to get more prominence soon. I don't know what they're going to do with the Young Avengers, but hopefully they do something a bit better. I like the Young Avengers. I also have a 7 Red Star Squirrel Girl, so I'm probably a bit biased on that one. Should I go for the other orb? I don't know, maybe. I have a lot of cores. What's cores, right? It's just cores. That's what my partner says about money. It's just money, right? Just spend it. That's a terrible thing to say. But okay. It's only 4 hours left on this deal, actually. So I think we're gonna do it. Buy 750 cores. I hardly knew you. We'll get some more. We'll find ways to get some more. I'm doing it. I'm doing it for the science. Maybe I should like open up some gold orbs. Maybe I should like reset the seed for 1 orb. Okay. Let's open some gold orbs. Let's see if I like how good my supposed luck actually is. Hey, Spider-Man. How's your Saturday going? Hopefully you're doing good. Hey. Hey, another blue. I don't know. Okay, let's go back. Let's go open the stupid premium orb and premium ISO orb and see what's going on here. Oh god, fingers crossed. Okay, fingers crossed, guys. Give me something good. Oh, damn it. Oh, wait. I got some level 2s. Still green though. I wonder what the colors, like, I haven't opened enough of the, obviously these are the only 2 that I've opened. But I'm wondering, like, what the colors mean. You know, apparently green is level 1 and level 2, so maybe blue means level 3s? And then, like, a pink is level 4, and an orange would be level 5, I don't know. A gold. Brawler health, okay. More support armor. I'm pretty sure I pulled this the last time as well. Oh god. Looks like I need to upgrade my support characters more. Okay. Was it worth 750 cores? I don't know. The thing is, the more crystals that I pull, like I don't even have the ions for the most part to support all these crystals, so we're gonna have to see later on after the event's over, you know, what the balance is between ISO crystals coming in and ions also coming in and being able to use it. So, you know, if that becomes a problem, then clearly why I shouldn't be pulling these ISO orbs, because I'm not going to be able to actually spend the ions to upgrade them. So we'll see. I guess I don't know if that was worth my cores or not. I actually kind of feel a bit bad now, because that means there's less cores actually for all of my other things, my energies and all that. So I probably could have just spent some of those cores on energy to actually just farm those crystals instead. So maybe I could have got more. That would have been like 7 refreshes of the ISO campaign energy. And I probably could have gotten more crystals out of just farming it. So For that reason, I'm going to say no. It's probably not worth your course. So, we did it for science. I wouldn't recommend pulling that offer for the ice orbs, but hey, if you want to, if you're a gambler, I'm really not a gambler, so I don't know why I did that in the first place, but I did it. No looking back now. Lazaro. Trying Kree on War defense, got Ultimus, Captain Marvel, and Minerva at 90 to 100k each. Holy crap. Any recommendations for the last two? Ronin is one. Kree Royal Guard, probably, because you're going to need a tank. But honestly, I don't know how effective it's going to be. Kree in general on War defense isn't super hot, as far as I'm aware. But you will need a tank to support that a little bit. That way they don't go straight for one of the other characters, especially Minerva. So I think that Kree Royal Guard is probably someone that you're going to need with Ronin, probably. So hopefully that helps. And we do have, speaking of Alliance War, we do, oh, looks like we're already 30-0. Let's see what's going on in our Alliance War here today. Yeah, I'm actually farming Protector ISOs because both Cull Obsidian and Thanos are Protectors, so I'm not going to have enough, even from this event, to get both of them to 5, so I'm going to have to supplement by farming more Protector ISOs, and after that I'm going to move over to my Symbiotes. So it looks like, is this a shield team? Oh, okay, looks like they're getting trashed. Noah, I feel like I've played these people before. I usually, in my Alliance War on my in my Alliance's Discord, normally I keep track of this stuff. Let's check. Have I fought these people before? The name sounds awfully familiar. So normally I take screenshots of people that, yeah, we did. Okay, so we fought them in April the 18th. Wow, 6 months ago? Looks like they climbed the ranks as well. I fought them in April the 18th at least, and February the 25th, back when we were much different ranks. Now, I suspect they probably changed their war arrangements since then, but I remember seeing here on the screen anyways, I have a couple of screenshots from fighting them. Oh wait, I think Noah is, or NOA is a cluster, because I fought a Noah Mercs team as well. Okay. T4 on a budget for Emma Frost. I will. Let's double check while they're fighting that team. My game's lagging a little bit here. Maybe my FPS isn't doing so hot. Let's check Emma Frost while they're doing that attack really quick, so we can jump back into war. Where's my Emma Frost? T4's on a budget. I have 2 of them, so I think I would probably recommend, if you're not using for war defense, I would recommend the special first. I just forgot exactly, because that will clear all negative effects. So I think if you're using her for Dark Dimension 2 and 3, definitely the special. The passive is more relevant to war, and then of course, I think it's just war text actually. And the ultimate is good as well, but it is going to be more T4s there as well. So I currently don't have it, but I think 3 positive effects is probably sufficient for Dark Dimension, I think. So I don't think that you necessarily need that, but I would say special first and then ultimate if you want to get it afterwards. I did passive just for war defense. I probably should put into the ultimate. I'll do that probably soon as well. I'm just saving a lot of my T4s right now for Anti-Venom, so that's why I don't have it upgraded right now. Did someone just fail a war attack? Why are we at 39? Someone needs to clear that. Oh yeah. Who, oh. Look at this. Look at this failed war attack. 104k Deadpool. That was very misleading, I suppose. Looks like they cleaned up the Brotherhood. What else is going on in here? Nothing super exciting. A couple defeats. Well, they had a weak Black Order. Alright, well. This looks kind of weak too. I wonder, let's check their team really quick. I wonder what their TCP average is. It looks kind of low. Maybe not. 6 million, 7 million. I don't know how that guy is almost 7 million TCP and doesn't have Ultron unlocked unless he purposefully didn't click the button to try and... People used to do that back in the day, where people would intentionally not click the avatar icon for the achievement for clearing Dark Dimension 2, just so that they could hide the fact that they didn't have, or that they had Ultron in War, so people would see that and be like, oh, he doesn't have Ultron, and then it turns out he does. But people don't do that anymore. I wonder what they're going to do with Doctor Doom and... Doctor Doom, and like, are they going to add more avatar icons or like more borders for Doctor Doom's Dark Dimension 4? Looks to be a lot of 6 millions. There's some 4 millions in here. I'm pretty sure we fought these people. I recall some of these names before. 8 million. Alright, well, I'll have to do a calculation later on. Normally I do a calculation of everyone on the Alliance so that I can see whether or not it's worth it or not for us to go hard on it. Today is our last... Oh god. Engineering. That's a high... high team there. Which side? This is where I normally also do the boring thing of checking both of them, the names, and seeing who's weaker so I know which side to go for. Suede and Donnie T. 6 million? 7 million. Okay, so we should go this side. And engineering buff, huh? Shield assault variant. I'm wondering, can Baron... I should probably save Baron Zemo for Red Skull teams. Let's use Brotherhood 2.0. Hopefully that should be fine. I think. They haven't had a chance to deflect yet. I find that when you're using Toad against deflects, it's a real pain because half the time he doesn't even clear buffs properly because of the deflect. They haven't got a chance yet here though, so I think we might be able to do this fine here. So roughly a punch across, more or less. So we're going to start off here with that. Hopefully we don't run into any problems. I always feel embarrassed when I lose matches in War on stream because then it feels like something I did or I screwed up somehow. So, hopefully we don't lose. And because I'm the leader, so it's even more embarrassing if I lose. Because, you know, I need to be that shining star for everyone. That's a lot of debuffs. Okay, let's go this way. Chains 4 times, I think. Oh, God, lag. Oh, no, we didn't clear the blind off of Cole's, or the immunity. Okay, so we can only blind 2 people. This is kind of annoying. Okay, that got blinded, at least. But shield security is not... Ooh, boy. He lost his defense up. I think I got smacked in the face here by shield security. Ooh. Oh. Why hasn't he taken a turn yet, actually? Oh, I'm surprised. Oh, what? Shield security didn't get his offense up cleared? Okay, come on. Oh, I was hoping he would have hit Juggernaut. Don't die, Blob. Super taunts. Oh, actually, that was fine, actually. Heal block on... Oh, no, shield... That shield medic's still alive? Or still not 50%? We need to get them under 50% for the heal block to happen. And that... Oh, God. That's annoying. F. Alright, we need to get some damage on this, on the shield medic. I'm going to charge on the next turn. Now, do we need to put... he already healed, right? So I'm actually going to clear Coulson now, even though he could come back. Oh, that shield medic's really just not taking a lot. How much? 80k. Holy crap. Okay, well, let's just... I don't know. He's dead. Okay, we need to focus on that shield medic here. We're at 4 charges, aren't we? So we're just going to charge here. Oh, come on. We need to get him to 50% so that he heal blocks. Come on. There we go. There we go. Okay, there we go. It's funny because we were just talking about Shield, but yeah, they're still a decent war defense team, but just in terms of broader use beyond that, it's not that good anymore. So let's start here. Okay, I think we got this. I think we can auto at this point, maybe. Shield security. Nick Fury, okay, we got it. I was concerned at the start, but we did good. I really like Blob. Blob's deflex help a lot. I probably should. I thought about having Toad at one point, but I think putting deflex on Magneto and Pyro is still probably better. You don't really need Toad after he gets kind of his. I mean, he's a good character, but it's those first 2 turns that you really need him to get going. The assists are nice from him as well. What else do we got? A defender's team. Let's spend some energy while we're here. And let's see what's going on in the defense. Looks like they haven't attacked yet, so I don't really know where they're going. I normally don't put deflex up anywhere until... I don't even deflect anywhere on the flight deck, unless there's a Black Order team or something like that that's maybe worth. But we don't, so I don't know where they're going to go first. I'm kind of hoping they go this way. I've been trying to bait them into Flight Deck 1 to go into the bridge because I'm sitting in the bridge and my teams, at least in the start, aren't super good, but they are much better further down the line, so... Recommendations for the Thanos node. I believe I also have that in my level 70 campaign guide. I kind of forget. I'd have to go back into it. We'll check it back after I do this war stuff, and I'm trying to remember the traits for that specific node for Thanos. I forgot what I used off the top of my head. I know that for that Nexus 8 in general, though, you're gonna need team powers in the 200k plus range, though, because they are quite substantially harder than Heroes and Villains 7. So do keep that in mind when you're building a team for Nexus 8. That you're going to need like a total power of at least 200k, if not probably closer to 250. Marauders. What do I normally use for Marauders? That's a high Sabretooth, but I feel that's a bit wasted. I just don't feel that Sabretooth really contributes a lot in the team. Some people have talking about something called Blobtron or Blob Marauders, where if you don't have a Brotherhood 2.0 team, that you could stick Blob in place of Sabretooth, and he actually deflects Strife and Sinister, and that's actually a little bit more helpful. I don't remember what I normally use for Marauders. I normally use Inhumans, actually. They can one-shot them punching across as well. But I can also use Inhumans to beat Black Order punching down slightly, so I saved. They're a really good team for that. You can punch down with Fantastic Four, and then you can also use Doc Ock, but again, I also use Doc Ock for Black Order. So, Power Armor 2.0 can do it. I think I'm going to go for the other team. I'm going to kill this Defenders team, I think. Again, I don't want to use my... I think using Fantastic Four here would be a bit of a waste because it's not a huge punch-up. I wonder if I can use my own Defenders. It's a slight punch-up, but I think because we're actually playing, I think I could probably beat it. I'm concerned if I go in with my Defenders and I lose. Now I have a war bot on my Discord, so I'm gonna check the bot really quick and see what it says about a 385 Defenders. If I can actually punch up, if it thinks I could punch up, it actually says I could. Defenders 350? It actually says exactly this. So according to the bot, it says that I can win this battle. Here, my Punisher is also tier 14, so I'm gonna have to focus on their Punisher, I think, to get him down. I didn't want to waste any money. Now, if I lose this is gonna suck, because I'm gonna lose the energy for that. But we're gonna try this, because I don't want to waste any of my good teams to kill a Defenders team if I can help it. Yeah, apparently. Yeah, but also keep in mind there's ISOs too, but ISO buffs And yeah, barracks boss, med bay, and all that. Yeah, it's quite substantial. That's why you really. Oh my god, my daredevil just got hit pretty hard. Okay, so we need to go over here with the baton, get that defense up. So the daredevil goes for the. Maybe we should go for Iron Fist. Oh god, I don't know. Iron Fist will just heal them. Basic. We need to get that Luke Cage defense up first. Who's gonna? Which Luke Cage is gonna go first? Here, we'll get that off. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, okay, we got him. Okay, I think we're good now. I think we just need to heal with Iron Fist. Once his turn comes back around. Oh god, stop. And then we should be okay. There we go. Alright, I think we got this. See, I'm very cautious about triggering too many counters because I know that's going to do a lot of damage, so normally I do a lot of basics and just try to avoid triggering the counters on AoEs because I don't want to, especially on low hit point characters, I don't want them to die. I don't know, we'll just try and clear some buffs, I guess, here. I don't even think I cleared anything there. Your stuff, JJ. Next to Punisher, JJ is actually probably my second best character on the team. Oof, that was a big hit. Alright, we got it. We can stick this on auto. Okay, one more team down. Didn't lose. Hey, Zari. Yeah, so I did a new, in case people haven't noticed, this is a bit of a slightly newer layout for the stream. I did have this one last weekend, but the weekend before that I was just doing, you know, it was pretty plain. So we've added a little bit of a layout here with some stuff at the bottom, my link at the bottom left in case you haven't been to my channel, and then the chat box on the top left. So glad that's working now. The chat box looks a bit different than last weekend's. It's kind of like a retro style chat box that I have there, and we have a new background. So today we're live streaming from Asgard, and last weekend was from Doctor Strange's Sanctum Sanctorum. Now I don't know if I'm going to be changing it every single weekend. I have to find new backgrounds, and surprisingly, that's to find good Marvel or Avenger backgrounds are kind of difficult sometimes, but you do some more internet browsing. Yeah, that's why it's so much different when you play defenders versus the AI, because obviously you preferably want to start with Daredevil's baton and not actually his ultimate, because you want to get the counters up on all your characters in case they hit you. You can then go stop chains and things like that. But I'll come back to this. I'm gonna leave this Marauders team for someone else, and I want to see what's behind there. And while we're at it, though, we're going to buy more energy because I think I can buy that out of my store now. Yeah, there we go. War energy refill. I have a lot of blitz credits now, actually, for some reason. I think we had a string of bad wars, and I wasn't really using any of my resources for a good while, and it just piled up a little bit. I mean, I wouldn't say piled up, but 28,000 is a pretty decent amount. Not enough to convince me to buy ABCs. It's not terrible. I don't think 1,000... If you're not doing much in war, I would say this is a good deal, but obviously if you still need shards, then you should be doing that out of the blitz store. Anyways, though... Do we have anything to open? I have a lot of raid orbs, apparently. 797. Okay, a lot of these are blue gear orbs though, and I have 340 orange gear orbs. I should probably open this, but I'm gonna. If you don't need them immediately, I would just hold your orbs unless you need it now. You never know when an orb opening event will come down the line. I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon, but there could be something by December for a winter event of some sort. I don't want to attack that Marauders team because I don't want to use... I try to save a lot of my teams for Black Order counters. My Inhumans team and my Doc Ock team can both beat Black Order, so I want to... There's not a lot of people in my alliance that probably have teams good enough to beat Black Order, so I usually feel obligated to kill Black Order myself. So that's why I kind of hold my teams back for that a little bit. Let's open these Gamma orbs. I'm kind of glad. What's in it now? I forget even what they have in it now. The city, or the villains. They're villain characters? Oh no. What is this? Global? Global? Is that just global? I think that's just global. Both heroes and villains. Oh, Protector? No. I don't know. Protectors and Brawlers? Either way, I'm glad that there's ABCs in them. That's really all I open them for. These shards are all useless to me. It's all dupes for Ultimus. It's 9 more ABCs, so that's 631, and maybe I should level someone or gear someone up. Now, I need to be careful about who I'm not going to be gearing up any bio characters because Anti-Venom's around the corner, but I think I do have some Mystic and skill, maybe. I actually put a little bit of gear into Karnak because for the reason I was talking about in Humans in War, I want to get Karnak to about level 71. And because while he's not super vital to the Inhumans team, he, every little bit helps. My Crystal is also sitting, she's bio unfortunately, but also sitting at 71. Quake is tier 12. So I just wanted to build my Inhumans team up a little bit more bulkier so that they survive a little bit better. Let's check out my Mystics. Where am I sitting at for them? Mystic really needs to get some love. They haven't had a release since Ebony Maw, which is in May. So does that mean that Mystics should be coming around the corner soon? I think Mystic and Tech, maybe. Yeah, Mystic and Tech. There's been too many bio characters, if you ask me. There's been, obviously Scream and this whole entire patch. Sorry, is bio. Last patch had bio characters, Scream and Swarm, or not Scream, Swarm and Electro. And then Squirrel Girl before that. Like, there's been a lot of bio characters, so they need to release some Mystic characters, I think. Now, in terms of investment, I do have some Mystic gear available. I just don't know who I want to put it on. Usually I would do it in terms of usefulness and red stars. So for that reason, I might, maybe Doctor Strange. I really want to get this T4 for Doctor Strange here, because it gives deflex up to a maximum of 5. Every time a positive. Now, I've seen this, and it actually works extremely well, and part of me wants to grab that. And I think for war, anyways, that'll increase the survivability by a ton. But I don't know what to do with my resources these days. I'm a bit picky. I don't know if you need... Yeah, maybe. I mean, I don't know what I'm doing with my mutant gear right now either, actually. I have a fair bit. Maybe I should be investing into them. My X-Force team a little bit... Oh, what happened to my... Oh, there we go. I thought my game crashed. Oopsies. Well, let's sort by mutant then, and maybe there might be some better choices here. Right. I do really like Blob, and I've said that before. I really like Blob. He's tier 10. But yeah, maybe I should be upping my X-Force a little bit, just because I know that I'm going to need it eventually. My Cable is at tier 12, so he's basically done. I don't think there's any more... Okay, there's some purple gear, but I don't want to do it right now. Negasonic, I believe, is the next best character in X-Force, probably. Her ultimate does a lot of damage, and you need to make sure that it clears all the buffs. So... I mean, it could be Quantum next month, and then Mutants later. I mean, I don't think it's set in stone necessarily what the order is going to be. I try... Well, we all know there is one person who does comment more on these. I guess you could say they're leaks. They're basically leaks. And I suspect that they're probably coming. In what order, I don't know, because I don't know if he's always been 100% right about the order. He's mentioned that things were pushed back before, so we'll see how things come out. I think even if Mutants come out next month, I should be able to accumulate resources fast enough for the characters, and who's to say if they're all going to be really good, right? So I didn't really bother putting much resources into Beast because I didn't think that he was necessary at the time. We'll find out if they do release more X-Men type characters, though. next month, and I'm eating myself for eating my words for not leveling Beast. But Pyro is another one that I was considering taking to 12. Brotherhood characters and X-Force. So I think for me, I'm torn between Pyro, because I have him at 5 red, Blob, who I use quite a bit in that same team, and then Negasonic, who's not 7-star yet. Will be 6 stars soonish. Definitely by the time the next event comes around. I want to get the most bang for my buck in terms of my upgrades, so I'm torn. I kind of want to do Pyro to 12. And Toad would be... I need to take Toad, actually. I need to take his level up to 71. That way his focus is higher for when I actually use them. I'm really bad with this. Sometimes I like save up my ABCs until I have like 1,000, and then I don't even end up spending them. Just because I'm so torn about who I want to put it into. And then of course that's great for when I have new characters like Anti-Venom, who I can just upgrade straight to 14 or whatever. But in terms of the purple range, because I'm kind of at that point in the game and in my roster where like, yeah, you know, I can level these characters, but how much is it really impacting my overall game? A little bit, but if it's only one game mode, that's kind of where we're at right now, I think, in the game. So depending on if you're a late game player like me, you know, you have Black Order for Arena, you have Symbiotes now for raids, and then you have Blitz and Alliance War, which is kind of here off to the side. So anyone that's not Black Order and Symbiotes are just being pushed to the side for the purposes of Blitz and Alliance War. And it's like, well, is it worth it? And I guess this is probably going to lead into a video that I'll end up doing later on as well. It's just like, where are we at in the state of the game post Symbiotes? What does this all mean? And post Symbiotes, post Black Order, do we need anyone? Do we need all these teams? Do we need to actually invest in all these characters? Sure, there's Alliance War, but you know, is it you know, with new characters coming out, are they going to be better than the Symbiotes, or you know, for how long are these character teams going to be dominant? And so, what is the incentive then to gear up some of these newer characters, specifically like She-Hulk, which a war defense character, sure, fine. But for the majority of us, we're probably not going to care too much about characters like She-Hulk. And even previously, and I'm thinking characters like, you know, Squirrel Girl. I actually really like Squirrel Girl, but, you know, do you need her? Probably not. It depends on what you're doing right now anyways. And, you know, I really like Baron Zemo as well, but again, a war character. So, you know, and that's the point about Alliance War, is that you only have so many attacks and so many defensive teams. So you're only going to ever get maximum 12 attacks. I would say the average person attacks 8 or 9 times, you know, like if you don't spend energy or you don't spend much, or let's say you don't get all your attacks in right away, you only need 8 or 9 teams, maybe 10 teams, you know, or 12 if you really max it out. But there's a finite number of teams that you're going to be able to use, that was weird. Anyways, that you can use in Alliance War. So there isn't a lot of, you know, for war defense, for example, who do I have on war defense? You know, I don't like this filter actually, but so I have Mercs. So one Mercs, the teams that are definitely war defense teams, Mercs, Asgardians, Shield, Hydra Red Skull. So that's, and there might be others. Am I missing any? Those are 4 definite war defense specific teams that have war defense text in them, and they're most likely going to be used on war defense. Now, Wave 1 Avengers, I don't know why. I think I threw them on there because they were slightly better than my Defenders now. But other than that, I would prefer if teams were just war, like Doc Ock and the Sinister Six, you know. You can use them on war defense. I think they're personally better on war offense. I've actually seen them on war defense, and they can be punched up, unfortunately, by X-Force, you know, like 50, 60k, which was a bit... Yeah, I think did I say Marauders? Maybe I didn't. But there's like... Oh, sorry, maybe I skipped Marauders. So that's 5. That's 5 teams that are specifically war defense. And so at that point, it's like, okay, there's 3 other potential teams that you could use. I think I skipped Black Order. So Black Order would be a 6th potentially if you use them on defense. And so we're kind of being a bit limited now into how many. And this is from the point of view of me from being a late game player. But with more characters coming down the line, we're gonna have to view it in a perspective of how much better are they than the existing characters that are on war defense, for example, or war offense. So there's also those teams that are specifically war offense, as we know. So if we skip back to war, and I have a lot of these. Again, I hate this filter because I have to like look back and there's all my characters. So we have Inhumans, I would say largely is a war offense team. So that's 1. Brotherhood 2.0, X-Force, Symbiotes 4, X-Men 5, Fantastic Four 6, but I guess you could put them on defense now with She-Hulk. But I'd actually be very interested in fighting some She-Hulk Fantastic Fours, but I highly doubt I'm going to run into too many of those. So that's 6. I'm using Doc Ock on the offense. That's 7 with Sinister 6. Baron. Oh god, what's going on with the game? Baron Zemo Hydra, whatever you call that. That's 7, I think. Maybe I'm losing track of my numbers now. AIM potentially is another one, so that's 8, unless you have them on defense. Supernatural, 9. I don't know where I'm at now. Defenders. I'm not going to count defenders right now because they're kind of both. But you know, so you get my point that you know we're up to about, you know, I would say 9 to 10 reasonable war offense teams that are typically viewed as war offense characters. So we're kind of at the point where we have to frame new characters in the point of, are they better than these characters? Are they better than this character? And if not, what are we going to do with them? Are they worth taking up? You know, you kind of, it's just, I guess because there's so many characters in the game. Yeah, I forgot about Power Armor actually. So Power Armor is another one. So, you know, that just proves my point even more, that we're kind of at the point, we're kind of at the limit to war offense and war defense, and that any more teams need to be framed in that kind of perspective of, are they better? Are they better or worse than these other teams, and why should I build them? You know, and you know, I have lots of gold save, sure. You know, that's enough for like 2 full new characters, but should I? Do I need to? And this isn't just war. This is, you know, Arena for Black Order, Symbiotes for raids, things like that. You know, like what kind of benefit am I going to get out of it? Particularly from a late game player, but I mean possibly also from a newer perspective as well, because it's very easy to get 4 stars on event campaign characters. So if they release event campaign characters, you know, what use are they going to serve, and is it worth bringing them up? Swarm was from last patch, and some could argue that there wasn't really a whole lot of point. You know, if you're not getting Doc Ock, I would say there was probably 0 point of leveling Swarm, other than maybe using him in balanced PvP at the time that it was going on, because he was a good balanced PvP character. But you know, and not a lot of people got Doc Ock, just to go back to that point as well. I think the amount of people that got Doc Ock might have been on par or less, or maybe it's on less than Black Order or than Black Bolt, but there wasn't a lot of people. In my alliance, only 3, I think, picked up Doc Ock, myself included. So there wasn't a lot of people. I don't know about people in the chat, you know, if they ended up picking up Doc Ock or not. You know, he is good. He's not game breaking, which I'm fine with. You know, I'm okay with that. But I think for someone who wasn't game breaking, I think should have been more available. I think Doc Ock should have been easier to get, given that he's not game breaking by any means. You know, he isn't changing the meta at all. So I think they should have made him more available, and that's a bit disappointing. That would have made them more money on characters like Swarm and Electro, which I don't think they made a lot of money off of, because there wasn't really any point. If you weren't, they didn't really do anything new for the existing team without Doc Ock. They really needed Doc Ock to shine, and if you didn't have him, there wasn't really much point in building them, and therefore not much point buying them if you knew you weren't going to get them. Okay, we have a 180k mixed Avengers team here. I don't even think that's worth my attack either. I don't know if there's anyone up. Did someone attack this Marauders team? Oh boy. Defenders. Come on, Dirk. Come on, Dirk. You should know better. You can't use a Defenders team on its own to beat Marauders, because clearly that didn't work out. Well, let's berate him in Discord here. Hey Dirk. Hey Dirk, Defenders can't beat Marauders, by the way. So try. But you can use the Defendertron version. I think you replace Luke Cage, if I'm not mistaken. I still have Ultron on the defense, though, so I don't actually have that available to me. Replace Luke Cage with Ultron. Oof. I just want to see what's behind it. I actually might just go in with my Inhumans here. But... So I do want to do another attack. We'll come back. We'll come back to war in a few minutes. We might be able to do another arena battle here, though. Looking at our stream time, we're actually... I can't believe we're at 2 hours already. Like, it doesn't feel that long when I'm on here. How can you spend 2 hours on Strike Force? Yeah, I think absolutely. So I think that they should remove war defense, war offense tags. I think people would be more likely to buy them if there was more flexibility in where you could and couldn't use them. Obviously, there's going to be some teams that are better on war defense and war offense based on AI, like how the AI plays the character. But I think giving us the option to put them where we want to put them would make it much better. People would buy them more often probably as well because they have that flexibility with them. Whether you're a newer player or a later player, you know, that gives you the flexibility to choose that. So I think they need to think about it. I think, like I said, we're getting to this point where people are maxing out on their offense and defensive teams if you're a later game player. And so I think that they're going to need to start thinking about this pretty soon. Probably within the next few months with more characters coming out, they're going to need to think about what their plans are for Alliance War. And the fact that they haven't really done the room upgrades, because, you know, that there's a button there where it says you can upgrade this room. I think it's only available outside of wartime, but it looks like there's an option where you could like buff your room or maybe upgrade it with, I don't know, alliance credits or something. So I'm surprised that they haven't really, other than the league system, which I don't remember how long ago that was now when they implemented that, because I didn't keep track of all these dates now. But you know, I'm just really surprised that they haven't implemented anything new with regards to war. That was their main their main sort of game mode last year when they released it. So yeah, I'm a little bit surprised. Ultron, is he still an instant G13 after you finish the first? I think so. I think having Ultron at the very least at Gear 13 will help you... I was going to say help you clear Dark Dimension 2 for the second time. It depends on what team you're using for Dark Dimension 2. If you're using a Symbiote team, you probably don't even need Ultron, and you could probably just one-shot all the nodes without him. That being said... if you haven't done Dark Dimension 1, Ultron actually is a really good character to beat Dark Dimension 1 with, because you do get him at 7-star on the second round. You can plop him right into Dark Dimension 1, and you can probably solo Dark Dimension 1 with him and his bots. So if you still haven't done Dark Dimension 1, it would be really easy to clear with Ultron, where you might not be able to use other characters because you need 6 yellow stars for that. We're gonna do one more to clear out my daily here. I'm just gonna go straight for the top. You know what? That's gonna make me a target, but let's go straight for the top at number 1. I've been number 1 before. I haven't been doing number 1 much lately in Arena because it makes me a hard target, especially around payout time, and I've been super slingshotted like back into the 20s, and I hate it. And I'm not even gonna get started on slingshotting. It's the worst mechanic ever, and I don't know what they can do about it, but it's pretty awful. If you've ever been impacted by slingshotting, then you would know what I mean. There's the flip, and then we just need to get my flip before someone dies. Oh, stupid disrupt. Wow, I still didn't take my turn? Thanos, where's your turn? It's because nobody's hit the yellow yet. Oh, there we go. Okay. So that'll give the turn bar to Thanos. Flip all of that. Flip it back. Ooh, that crit to Proxima. But my Thanos is low hit points. He could actually die to Thanos' ult, potentially, here. Because he's not deep. Oh, God. He might... Uh-oh. That's a big uh-oh. I think I'm gonna lose this match after all. This is the first time I've lost an arena match in like... I don't know, like a week? That's embarrassing. Well, I guess I'm still gonna get my daily done. I'm just not gonna move anywhere. Nope. Yeah, no. Okay, so that was unfortunate timing, I guess, with some skills. Sometimes this happens. Very rarely for me, but... well, looks like I can't win every match. Well, that's unfortunate. Congratulations to Strike, who I've definitely beat before down the line. He successfully defended against me. I wish that there was some sort of log where you could check your defense victories in Arena. Oh, I forgot about my camp energy. I always forget about this, actually. So let's click that. We got lots of energy here now for Scream. And get those done. Oh yeah, I opened 3 orbs this morning, so I didn't really get much out of that. Actually, I got a 5. I think I got a green pull for Scream in the middle. I think I got 5 shards for her. That was the best. I think I got 13 shards out of 3 orbs, so it was okay, but nothing big yet for me. And for the ISO farms, we're gonna try and farm more Protector ISOs. So if you missed it, I do have 4 characters that I can bring to tier 5 or level 5 ISOs in my black order, but I'm holding off for the moment because I'm going to be doing a separate video later on after the stream relating to the Ion Crunch, or aka what I call Ion Crunch 2.0. I think now that the event is sort of ending, I think people really need to be made aware for a second time that the ions is a bit of an issue still, but also that it's really based on, the cost is based on how many ISO crystals you have at a higher tier. So again, I kind of pointed this out earlier, but you do have 20,000 is the cost for this one, but that's because there's 6 level 3 crystals, and these are the ones that we've been getting in the event. But if you look over here, if you have to fuse up all of these lower tier ones, 18, and then 20 level 2s, it's going to cost 38,000. It can actually be as high as 50,000 for a single ISO crystal if you're entirely just fusing level 1 crystals. So that is a video I want to make later on, just to make people aware, again, just how bad the Ion Crunch really is. So we're not going to be upgrading to level 5 on stream here, because then it messes around a little bit with my recording and having to put that into the video itself. So we'll be doing that a bit later, but I will be farming up a little bit here. Let's see if there's any nodes left I can farm here for Protector. I'm wanting to farm extra Protector ISOs because of Cull Obsidian, who is still needing to be upgraded as well, and because they're both Protectors. So finish that out. What is that? Support resist. At least there's 2 different crystals that you can get on each node, so that's not terrible. And as Guardian team on my for war. Okay, well, I'll check that out after here. Oh, I still have these. That's good. The free refreshes, which they're fairly generous with, actually. And do I have any over here, or did I farm that? Oh, I can do that later. Or, well, maybe I'll do that now. So if anyone wasn't around when I opened up those premium ISO orbs, I wouldn't recommend opening them, because I think that for the cost of cores, I think you'd probably get more out of just using 50 core refreshes for your ISO energy, and over time I think that's a total of 7 ISO energy refreshes, and I think you'll get more ISO crystals out of that than buying that offer. So it's not there anymore, but it was here in the orbs, these premium T1 ISOs. So just to remind people, personally wouldn't recommend buying these with cores. I usually don't recommend people buying things like gold orbs or anything like that with cores, because you're going to get more out of stuff by just using cores to refresh energy, and therefore getting more stuff overall from that. And I'm not even counting the ions that I would have picked up by using the cores for energy, ions, gear, and all that other stuff that you get on the ion nodes as well, or on the ISO nodes. So yeah, don't spend power cores on these premium ISO orbs. Don't even buy the offers. There's some pretty atrocious offers in here. And hey, Morgan Moggs, welcome to the channel welcome to the live stream today. Hope you're having a great Saturday. There is a premium ISO offer somewhere. I saw it. No, it's an ion offer. That's bad too. Look at that, 20 bucks for 3 of these and 40k. That's a joke. I mean, yeah, there is a crunch, but that they're really save over 10%. Why would I buy this for only a 10% saving? What does that mean? Save over 10%. That could be 11%. That could be 50%. Their descriptions are freaking awful. But 3 of these. I opened one of these on the last stream, if you guys were there, and the T1 Ion Orb gave about, I think, about 50k, 40k, or something like that ions. So you're looking at maybe like 150k, something like that, for this entire offer for $20, 20 Canadian dollars, of course. But it's a really terrible deal. Yeah, here we go. So the premium ISO 8 offer. So this is $40 for 8 orbs. Now, I guess that's equivalent to 3,000 power cores based on the previous offer. But that's just, I don't think it's worth it. I don't think these are worth it. Any of these are the ISO offers. I don't think any of the ISO offers are really that worth it. But that's just me, of course. Any of the total D3 rewards you regret using? I've been very conservative of my Dark Dimension 3 rewards. I haven't really spent a lot of them. I did upgrade Zemo and Emma Frost to 14 with them, though, with extra gear, and I don't really regret that. I think Zemo is still going to be a cool character and a good character, so Zemo might actually have use in Dark Dimension 4. We don't know. You know, like, he could be, there could be a skill lane, and then Zemo could just be kicking the crap out of, you know, Zemo, Taskmaster, and other skill characters could be kicking the crap out of that mode. So we don't know, and I think he is a really solid character with his kit, so I don't think that was a waste. Those were the only 2 characters I really... oh, Scream. I upgraded Scream to tier 14, of course, but that was not a waste. I don't think that was a waste. So those 3 characters, since I cleared Dark Dimension 3 for the 2nd time, are the only characters I put gear into. Zemo, Emma Frost, and Scream. Nobody else yet for that. And 73k is pretty good for 4-star. Hopefully I can get to 5-star. Unfortunately, I didn't pull a 5 red star, but when she becomes more available in the Elite Store, I'll pick her up there for 5. And I need to get started on my Symbiote ISOs, which I will be getting pretty soon. There was a video by Reminax about the Striker ISO, or not the Striker, the Skirmisher ISO, and so he had level 5 Skirmisher with Carnage, and it actually is really good because it does clear, he takes his turn so quickly that he's clearing, like, you know, 1 to 2 debuffs, 1 to 2 buffs every single time he takes his turn. But I do want to point out that the Skirmisher clearing of the positive effects can be resisted. Initially I thought that actually it was unresistable because I wasn't having any, I guess I didn't have resist happen, but it turns out that it does. What I am unsure about, and I need to do more testing about, is Proxima Midnight at tier 5 Skirmisher. Because she already... Where is she? Where the heck is my Proxima? Oh, that's not Proxima. She already clears 2 on her basic. So my thought would be that at tier 5 Skirmisher, she could clear up to 4 if there was vulnerable on the target. Now, I'm not 100% sure because I haven't tested that in full yet. I'm hoping that's the case. Proxima is going to get my Skirmisher level 5 anyways, though, because she does get 50% focus on top of that. She's got a lot of different stuff focus related, so she's going to get that anyway. She's quick, so I think that's probably worth it. The 50% focus at level 5 Skirmisher is really good, but I do want to stress to people that the 50% increase in focus is related to your base focus, not the focus overall that you see on your stat window. So it'll be basically whatever it is without ISOs considered and all that, I think, as well. So for Proxima, I suspect that she's not going to get 4,500 or whatever here. She's going to get like maybe like 3,500 or something, you know, with all the other red stars. And I think it's not even including red stars possibly as well. So it's not as OP, but it's still quite a bit of focus for those characters who have higher focus than others. Oh, yeah, let's jump back into war here, see if there's anything else I can clear. Hope everyone's having an awesome Saturday. We're probably nearing towards the ender part of the stream. We're at 2 hours and 20 minutes here, but we'll do a little bit more and see what we can get done. Appreciate everyone who's come by the stream and come and said hello and chatted with me. I was, you know, it's a lot better than me talking to myself, of course. So, yeah, thanks for that. The Skirmisher does... Yeah, the Skirmisher does clear on assists and counters. But what I mean is that if the character already has vulnerability up, you know, is she going to come in, do her attack, clear 2, and then do a focus check for 2 more. You know, I haven't really... A good way to test, I suppose, would be like Call Obsidian, probably because he has a lot of positive effects on, or any of the Black Order characters maybe have a lot of positive effects on them, so I just want to see if it does clear more than 2 and how reliable that is. Hey Sido, hey, welcome to the stream. Hope you're having a great Saturday. We have a 386k Asgardian team here. I think I could punch up a little bit more, but yeah, that's 486. Okay, this is quite the punch down, so I don't know if I'm gonna want to use my symbiotes for this. It's probably a bit of a waste. Again, it's not a waste, but you know, what if there's a 500k Asgardian sitting around, and then I wish that I had these here, so I am reluctant to... Maybe I could just... I don't know. This is a 530 here. Like, this would be more up my alley for testing Scream and stuff like that, but we're going straight down. I don't think we're full clearing engineering. I don't think we need to, so for that reason, I don't want to attack this side yet. I've actually lost to Sinister Six before by not taking them seriously. Most of my teams are 300k and up, so there is my Supernatural is probably my lowest. X-Force 2. Oh wait, hold on, wait a minute. Oh no, it's too high. I was gonna say maybe I could use my X-Force against his Guardians, but no, that's too high of a punch up. I think X-Force can punch up like 15%. But not... I think this is far too much. Yes, I'm aware that the ISO 8 is not just based on the actual basic attack, but what I mean is that I've not tested it out, and even though I have level 3 Skirmisher with Proxima Midnight, it doesn't clear all that frequently, at least for the times that I've used her, that the clearing positive doesn't trigger with her as frequently as it should, I think. But... Oh, are you saying that when the basic attack happens, the clearing doesn't trigger and it only triggers on assists and counterattacks? I don't think that's the case, because Carnage can clear on his basic attack when they have vulnerability. And I've seen that happen in the videos, so I don't know. I think there's probably... I wouldn't say bug necessarily, but there are some things out there with ISO 8 interactions that may or may not be working 100% correctly, and I think that it's highly possible that it could be on an individual character basis as well. I think that, you know, it's sad to say that I think that we need to be more... We need to be thinking about these things as we play the game, and, you know, is this working properly or not? You know, but it's sad that we have to be the ones to do that, you know, because we should be able to expect a game that's like, we shouldn't have to be thinking about this. You know, they should just be, I wouldn't say bug-free, but like relatively bug-free. I don't mind if there's like 1 or 2 bugs, but then there's, you know, actually, speaking of bugs, I'm actually really glad that they fixed the Black Bolt passive, because that's something I've been banging on about for so long. It actually works fine now with the death proofs and stuff and the interactions with this burp and stuff on that, so I'm super happy that they finally fixed that, because it makes them so much better now. I'm just going to overpower this with Supernaturals. I don't actually use Supernaturals as much as I used to. Maybe that's because I don't have the T4s in Doctor Strange, but we should be fine here. Super big punch down, but there's nothing really better right now, so I'll just have to take a look later on tonight. I'll probably actually do... I really want to find a nice Asgardian team to attack with my symbiotes and try to make a video out of it maybe later on, since I couldn't manage to do it here. Because I want to show off, because, you know, if you guys remember, like, I don't know, 2 weeks ago, when I had that issue with my symbiotes against the Asgardians, because of the stealth and Greg's, that shouldn't be no longer a problem. So as long as Scream's alive, you know, it should be quite easy to get through that, because she's going to clear through the stealth, and it will make it a ton better. Yeah, I read about that Ghost Rider level 3. It wasn't even a T3. I wouldn't say T3. It was a level 3 Ghost Rider basic that apparently did like 900% damage or something bonkers. I read about it last night on Reddit because I didn't actually... I guess I wasn't paying attention. And that's crazy. So if any of you guys have Ghost Rider and you haven't really leveled them up too much, keep them at level 3 basic and you'll just kick the crap out of other people until they fix that. So. I could just auto this. This is probably too much of a punch down, but I don't really use my my Sinister Six on too many other teams, or my my Supernaturals on too many teams, so I'll just do this, I guess. But maybe, oh, I was gonna say maybe there's another team behind it, but until other people. Oh my god, it was the Mysterio thing. Didn't make it too much of a difference, but I should probably be careful of things like that in the future. I also haven't come across anyone with a Doc Ock Sinister Six team actually either on the defense. I think everyone's saving it. Anyone who does have it, I think, have been saving it for the offense, because I've not actually come across anyone in the last 2 weeks that has Doc Ock on the defense. I've also not been able to. I guess today would be the first war of She-Hulk, maybe for some people. In war, and I don't know if we're going to come across that either, unless someone had... Nobody in my alliance bought She-Hulk. Don't know about you guys out there, if anyone of your alliance mates bought She-Hulk, but definitely nobody in my alliance bought him. And nobody has an icon here for She-Hulk, so I'm assuming they didn't either. Although I think about 6 people bought Scream in my alliance early, so that's quite an increase, because we're not real big spenders in my alliance, but it turns out that Scream was good enough to convince them to pre-purchase Scream. So we're at 75 to 10. Where are they punching on the defense now, though, is the question. They're going in the middle. Just surprising, because that's not what I wanted them to do. They didn't get baited to the left, apparently, this time. So if there is any deflex going up, it probably will be in the reactor here. But, yeah. Hey James, welcome to the Saturday live stream. Live from Asgard. I don't know how too much I have left to do here though today. I'm not really doing any blitz on stream. No, I'm not actually pushing very hard for this blitz. I know she's... I'm gonna say she's unfireable because she's only in the blitz orb, as we know. But I do have a lot of shards for her. I don't know why. Why did I do that? There's a much easier way. Why did I even go through there? So I'm actually 57 out of 300. My luck has actually been surprisingly good for Domino, which is funny because she's a luck-based character, lucky character. But I'm probably, I don't know, aiming for this range here, probably the 25%. I don't care too much. It's unlikely because, you know, unless I get X23 up just as high as Domino, you know, it's probably going to be X23 that's going to be keeping me from ranking up faster on Doc Ock rather than Domino, so I don't really care too much. Although it's a good way to get Domino shards if you are someone who needs more for the next Doc Ock event, then yeah, definitely go harder on this blitz here. But I'm just kind of burnt out a little bit of blitz, and I need to steel myself for Thursday for She-Hulk, even though, and probably around that time, I suspect that we're going to start to get the Halloween event coming soon as well. So I do want to push a little bit harder for She-Hulk, even though I don't really care too much about her. I want to get her maybe to like a 3 or 4 star level at least, so that I can, I don't know, fool around with her if I decide to later down the line. Or once I wait for other people to talk about how amazing She-Hulk is or not. Apparently her stats are quite high, like her base stats and all that. But you know, reasonably, I'm only going to get her to 3 or 4 star, and I just don't think that's enough to convince me to take them off War offense when I have a Namor that's like 7 yellow, 5 red. And if you guys were around for the, I believe it was the anniversary event, maybe just before that, they did give Namor out at a 5 red. Where's my Namor? Is my Namor that low? Okay. Yeah, so they gave out a free 5 red for one of the events prior, which I believe was the anniversary event in May, but it might have been whatever the event was before that. In the milestones for that, they gave 5 red. So just like they gave Shocker a 5 red, in the Sinister event, they gave a 5 red Namor for free, and they also gave a 5 red Magneto. I just forget which, was that the Fun in the Sun? No, that was Cable, wasn't it? They've been doing these 5 red giveaways for free if you clear the milestones and things like that for certain events. So that's actually fairly generous. 5 is very high. So I'm surprised at that. But again, I have a 65k Namor. I really don't want to replace him, and I don't know where I would even put him. So for that reason, I just can't really invest in. I can't really reasonably invest into She-Hulk. I don't think I want to. Yeah, so after yesterday, I believe they had a quick patch update, like a hotfix for something, and then they added in the Masked Caper trait. So I did mention that in my video last week or whenever I posted that about the Masked Caper trait that was available on MSF.gg. Now it is actually in the game, and so the Masked Caper characters are going to be the ones that you're going to use for the Anti-Venom event. Now my voice is getting a bit coarse here. I've been talking a lot. But so we have the Masked Caper event here, the Masked Caper trait, sorry. And so all of these characters are going to be used in the event, and these are the ones that you're going to be wanting to use for Blitz and Raids, I believe. If I'm not mistaken, it's going to be something like Arena, Raids, and Blitz, kind of similar to how the full Matrix is now, but you're going to want to use these characters, and by doing so, you'll earn points for some sort of Masked Caper milestone, which will then grant you rewards and probably orbs and shards towards Anti-Venom, but that's just going to be one milestone. And then the second milestone, there's going to be a second milestone just opening these Anti-Venom unique orbs, whatever they end up being called. And then so you'll have one milestone for Masked Capers and a second milestone for opening Anti-Venom orbs, event orbs, and then you'll get separate rewards for that. Tongue-tying myself here. So look forward to that. Again, more Blitz heavy events most likely. Hopefully they don't add other game modes like PvP on top of that. But I expect it to be at the very least Blitz, and you'll be blitzing a lot. And it's interesting, right? Because they talked about having the auto Blitz available soon in December. And I'm like, are they getting all these shitty event styles out of the way so that what's going to happen to these events when auto Blitz becomes a thing? Because then could you just auto Blitz your Masked Capers, for example, if it was in December, and it'd be a lot easier? Are they going to keep these style of events going forward? I don't know. Or are they going to change things to make it just as bad, for something else, PvP maybe, or some other game mode where you have, they're going to shift the time somewhere else. I think they're going to make it a lot easier to do Blitz for those people who want to auto Blitz, and then they're going to shift your time, I suspect, somewhere else, wherever that happens to be. Kind of sad that they're not going through with the raid auto simming. I thought that was really neat. There was a couple of videos, I think, online YouTube showing the raid auto simming. Now I wouldn't do that for boss nodes, but I would do it for like the standard nodes, and then just play the boss nodes. And I think even that would probably shave off about 20-30 minutes a day, probably, on just raids, depending on where you are in raids. But yeah. Oh, did someone actually clear that node? Go back in and check. Yeah, you can definitely lose auto blitzing and raids, but I think for auto blitzing it has to be a pretty substantial punch up. I think for the most part you could probably auto to tier 8, and yeah, I saw that you could lose in raids as well. But yeah, you missed it. I cloned Anti-Venom earlier on in the stream, so if you want to see me do that, you can scroll back in the stream later on and check that out. So here we are in the reactor. This is my most hated room. I don't know about you guys, but reactor is my #1 hated room for the disrupt, because that really screws up a lot of different teams, especially Brotherhood. But I already used Brotherhood, so that's fine. But teams that have buffs on turn 1 get really screwed up by this. Not to mention that it's no surprise that they have both of the engineering and the security nearby, like I do. So I'm going to check their names really quick. So first commander and Vespid. I don't know which side to attack first. So normally I would consult this. What was the names again? Vespid here, 6.8 million. Who was the other guy? Oh my god, did I forget already? First commando. Oh my god, 8.3 million. Okay, so we're gonna go with this Vespid guy. He probably has slightly weaker defense because of that. So he's on the left, which is surprising because well, they're slightly weaker, I guess. Let's see what I got. Do I have a team that I can use? 200. Oh, who else is clicking the frickin' button here? Why is that bugging out? Someone messing around here? What do I have? Aim. Now, here's the problem with Fantastic Four. We all know that, you know, She-Hulk actually shores up some of their weaknesses, which is the fact that Invisible Woman is kind of slow, and so therefore she takes a while to get around to her barrier, and then after that, normally things are fine. But Fantastic Four is really susceptible to being sort of one-shot out of the gate, particularly Human Torch, and maybe sometimes Mr. Fantastic, because their HPs are a little bit low, and so in cases like this, there's a decent, maybe not, maybe there's a decent chance that they could get one-shot by Rocket and Star-Lord. I think I could definitely win this. Whoa, what's going on? Why is my game freaking out? I think I could definitely win with the Fantastic Four. I think it just depends on who gets targeted. Because there's security as well. And on top of that, that's really risky. But maybe I could do aim. I think I've beaten with aim before, despite the clearing that Groot does on turn 1. Because I think Graviton's a little bit quicker than... Oh, he's not quicker than... I don't know. Aim or Fantastic Four? Any thoughts? Yeah, there's a lot of RNG involved against Fantastic Four. I think my stream might be delayed about like 5 to 8 seconds, so that's why I'm gonna wait before I choose. Does anyone have any thoughts here on this? I definitely want to kill it. I just don't know. I don't want to overkill it, but I don't want to use Inhumans or anything like that. I think one of these two could do it. Well, let's consult the bot. How do you consult the bot? That's not even true BKT. Is that BKT? Is that the bot? What the bot thinks the BKT is? Let's see what the bot says. BKT 3404. BKT apparently is considered with Thanos and not with that. Otherwise, Vision is not considered part of that. Oh, Power Armor. I forgot about Power Armor, actually. Yeah, I don't know why I forgot. I could use Power Armor. Yeah, good call. I forgot I had Power Armor still. Yeah. It's only 301, though. Do you think I could punch up that high? I mean, what if Rescue gets one shot, or what if Ironheart gets one shot? Then that's a bit of an issue. Because of the defense down. But we do have defense up, I guess. There's still a chance. The bot says that Power Armor Vision version could win at 313. Now, slightly below that. It also says, actually, that a Fantastic Four could beat it, which I was looking at earlier. You know what? Let's try it. Let's try. I'm more concerned about the 1-2 punch, I guess, from Rocket and Star-Lord. But if it goes the right way, I think. Why? What's going on with my game? It's been super laggy today. Like this bar. Okay. Anyways, I do have some Raider tags as well, so I didn't invest into Rescue or Iron Man yet. Everyone else is Raider for enhanced crit, so that could help as well. Let's go. Oh, fingers crossed, guys. Fingers crossed. No Rocket to the face on Rescue, probably, or Ironheart. Those are the two I don't want getting attacked. But that's probably who are most likely going to get targeted, because AI is so wonky that it's super likely that someone's going to get hit. Someone bad. I'm hoping the defense up counters this a little bit. Ooh. Oh no, War Machine. Oh, two different characters. Okay, they're alive. Just barely. You got an ability block, for what it's worth. Some slows here, though. Oh, no. Falcon just got ability blocked. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Nope. That went the wrong way for sure. That ability block screwed us. I don't even know if there's a point in backing out, because I have so many different teams, actually, that we're kind of getting to the point where there's no point in bailing out. Wow, okay. Well, I guess they use their cooldowns, but their cooldowns are going to be all over the place now, so I don't know where it's going to be at for the next person. Yeah, there just wasn't any point in bailing out, because I have so many other teams now that I combat canceling is pretty pointless unless it's like an X-Men team, maybe. Who told me to go in? Lukey. Okay, that didn't work out very well. Yeah, I'm gonna blame it's both. I wouldn't say it's the reactor's fault. It was probably, in this case, it was the security debuff. I think probably, you know, if it probably pushed down my punch up potential on that. I think if it was closer to 350 versus 400, I would have been fine. I think that the balance was a bit shifted because of the security debuff, and I just took a bit more damage than I should have. So, but that's only one loss today, or one fail. I guess I can see it's okay if I fail because I'm the alliance leader, so I just tell people that, you know, I'm one of the top performing people in the alliance anyway, so they can't get on me about doing this. So we're 3 for 4 on alliance war, but I'm not going to push any more battles right now. What else is behind there, though? I do like using my Zemo against teams like this because I think it's quite fun, but that's a bit higher than I would like. I like to do punch acrosses with Baron Zemo against Mercs. I do usually save them for Red Skull though, because I think that's probably better, but they can kill Mercs quite as well. Nah, I kind of figured that. I think the punch up was a little bit too high. That was about 100k. I think in the future, with a security debuff, and actually Vision made a huge difference, surprisingly. Because that ability block was just super badly timed, and that kind of ruined. I think if Falcon wasn't ability block, then we would have gotten things fine. Falcon would have specialed, we would have got the speed bar, and Rescue would have got her ultimate off, and everything would have been fine. But yeah, I need to get the rest of my team up a little bit more. They seem to be a little squishy. They are tech characters, of course. And I do have some tech gear after Doc Ock. I think that might be my next step. Might be to... Rescue's just such a pain because, like, you need her, but, like, she's not very good of a character outside of Power Armor, of course. I guess neither is Ironheart. But her survivability is really poor. I think I might need to get her up to level 70. And then gear her up maybe to 11. I just need some more stats on her. Or give her Fortifier, actually. As much as I hate Fortifier, like, it's not very good in the beginning, I think that maybe that little bit of extra stuff might help her. Because if she falls and Ironheart falls, it really is kind of over at that point. I don't really use... I don't want to put too much resources into Iron Man. I think he's actually the weakest of the 5. I think War Machine is way stronger in terms of damage wherever my War Machine is. His ult is just, you know, still hits really, really hard. How low is my War Machine? Is it really that low? Maybe I just need to raise the levels. I think when Emma Frost goes live later on in the week, that I'm actually just going to spend gold leveling up my characters to like 71 or so, just to raise the average power of my characters up. Because once you get to 70, most of the stats stop raising with the exception of focus and resistance. Post level 70, the only thing that goes up is those 2 stats. So if you don't need them, then you can keep them at level 70. But if they do use focus a little bit more, then you could raise them to 71 for that enhanced focus. Yeah, I think that's probably my plan for at least on Rescue. I don't know about Ironheart. I think even though I like survivability on her, I think I'd still rather do Raider because I think she does decent damage actually with her ult and things like that. She has a lot of multi-hit attacks, so I'd probably still keep it there. Can the Symbiotes beat every team in the game? In War? I don't think so. I mean, I don't think they're a one-shot on everything. They definitely can't beat Black Order, as far as I'm aware, yet. But they're really good against Asgardians. Even Mercs, I'm not sure entirely. You know, I don't use my Symbiotes in War anyways outside of teams like the Asgardians. I normally save them for Asgardians because that's the best team that you can use to beat them with. use them with to beat, rather. Yeah, I don't know what else I have to do. I'm not going to do Arena again. We're just going to be holding out till the full Matrix ISO the milestone resets later on today. Looks like we have, how many days? We have 2 days left of the full Matrix event. And then, this Red Star sale, I don't even know if there's anything good in there. And yeah, it looks like we got 15 days of the Scream event. I think that's maybe at 1 or 2 more days longer than we did previously. So that's actually nice. Gives us more time to get those shards. And what's interesting, actually, does Anti-Venom... The question is, does Anti-Venom have the event tag? So, because Anti-Venom isn't tagged for the Metamorphosis tag, I wonder if he's actually going to be released in the next 2 weeks or not. He probably will be, but I find it strange because normally in the past, like during the Swarm event, Electro had the same tag as for the Swarm event, so you could actually, that kind of told us that that she was going to be out before the end of the Swarm event, albeit it was at the very tail end of it, that you could use her for that event. So for this, that Anti-Venom isn't actually tagged with that. Just makes me wonder a little bit, but maybe he still will. I mean, all the Symbiotes are Metamorphosis tagged, so why isn't Anti-Venom tagged that way as well? Kind of curious about that. But I don't think I have do I have another, can I do another node? No, not yet. I don't think it's been enough time for anything. So I think we're kind of nearing towards the end of the, actually we still have Dark Dimension. We'll do Dark Dimension 3. I keep forgetting to do this actually. We'll do this really quick and then we'll probably call it a day after I do some more damage on this. I've been forgetting, to be honest. So we're on node 4 here. We're gonna start with the Black Order first, I think, and then do my Phoenix team after that. So like I said, we'll probably be ending after this Dark Dimension 3 attempts, and if there's anything else that people want to see, or people have any questions and want me to go into my roster for something, or if you're curious about anything, then feel free to let me know in the chat, and I'll try and get to you guys about that before we end for the day. I can't believe it's almost been 3 hours. I'm gonna have to go find some lunch again later. Oh, yeah, okay, I remember this now. Right, so let's focus over here. Try to get that Merc Lieutenant down. Oh, he healed. Oh, right, I kind of remember this from last time, from last stream. Sure, he healed last time. Oh, that Merc Lieutenant just gained a lot of health. We don't have a lot of good cooldowns, apparently, for... Oh, wait. Got the ult. Free health for everyone. Healthcare for all. How do you max out the campaign event on hard mode using cores? Not entirely sure what you mean by that. You just... buy energy and and do the nodes. I'm not sure what you're asking exactly. Jonathan, suggest some characters for Scream campaign other than Symbiote Spider-Man. Any of the other Symbiote, I mean, really your highest level characters that you can use for that event. If you are struggling to find certain characters to build for it, I can go back into the Metamorphosis trait after we do this and give it a better look. But I mean, really, I would just probably opt to use the strongest characters that you have that are available for that. I have four yellow, 4 red right now for Emma. I am expecting to probably get up to 5 yellow by the end of this next milestone, and then 6 hopefully by the end of the next milestone after that. So with any luck, that's what we'll get for that. It's the same thing that I did for Symbiote Spider-Man. Symbiote Spider-Man was also 6 by the end of his 3rd milestone, so I suspect the same will be available after the 3rd Emma Frost milestone. Need to get the stupid Merc Lieutenant down. Oh my god, this boss! And Shuri needs to go as well, actually. Both of them. Ugh, too many support characters on this. Come on. Ooh. A lot of vulnerabilities here. Ah, there we go. Got it. Got Merc Lieutenant. Now we need to get Shuri. A lot of buffs I could steal, maybe. Oh, maybe I'll just basic. Oh, I had offense down. Oops. Oh, my health is not looking good. Offense down? Oh wait, they already had offense down. Crap. Oh wait. Oh, I can't heal. But I want to do the damage here. Yeah, free-to-play players can definitely get 4-star Scream. I would not reset nodes ever. Just go through all of the hard mode nodes starting from node 9 and work your way back with the energy, and then you should get at least 2 a day if you're doing 50 core refreshes for Scream. It shouldn't be that difficult to do. I mean, I get sometimes... well, I think I get like 2.5, maybe 3 orbs every 24 hours. On the event campaigns, just doing the hard. It's very unlikely you need to dip into the medium. Just do node 9 and farm all the way down to node 1. You know, as much as energy as you end up getting for that with your refreshes and whatnot, and you should be fine. It's really quite simple. That's the same way you would do it for every campaign event, really. You would never refresh a node. There's no reason to do that, in my opinion. I need to get that Magneto down. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, new wave. We need to get that Mordo down, actually, as well. I think this is probably the end of this. I'm going to save my cooldowns. Oh, it looks like I'm going to have my ult back around, though. For Ebony Maw next time. I need to work on this more, because I did say I was going to start doing Dark Dimension 3 a little bit more, because there is that, apparently, we're getting achievements related to Dark Dimension 1 and Dark Dimension 3, probably sometime around the release of Dark Dimension 4. I think you missed me waffling around on War. I lost a War match. Other than that, maybe I was in my roster. We're just going to be finishing up doing some Dark Dimension 3 stuff here, and then after that I think we'll be calling it a day for that. So we have a couple more teams here for that. I'm going to use... oh wait, I forgot what I used to use. Emma Frost, here... where's Emma? Emma! And Colossus, of course. And my 5th normally would be... Hela, I think? Or Invisible Woman, but I don't remember. I think it's Hela. It's been a while. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do a calculation on that war later on, just to see what the TCP is versus my alliance and the other alliance, just to see if it's worth fighting for. Today is the last war for the weekend, and then we get to have a 2-day break for Sunday and Monday. New wave, of course. Here we are. Oh boy. Wow. Hela just got wrecked. Holy smokes. Let's do a blind. That was awful. There we go. Dark Phoenix is up. Oh, a clone. Is it bad that I'm thinking of cloning Hawkeye because I think that his blind might be more beneficial in this case than taking Strife? But although Strife has ability block. Let's try Strife. But I don't want him to taunt yet. That's the thing. Boom. Okay, there we got some more dead there. Ooh. Ooh. Top 2 T4s on Symbiote Spider-Man is the passive, of course, if you're using him with the rest of the symbiotes. And then I would personally say the ultimate, because you go from 1 turn slow AoE to 2 turns. And considering it hits everyone on the board, and if you're using him in raids, that is really substantial. After that, of course, the special. I have everything. I have 7775, but you know, I think in terms of the order, I would go passive, ultimate, special, and then basic if you are building it up fully. Ultimate's really good. That 2-turn slow AoE makes a huge difference. Okay, we got an ability block, but let's put it here, I guess. Get some slows. Oh, you get the ultimate. You know, if you get the Dark Phoenix ultimate in Dark Dimension, that's like really good. Okay, get some healing going on. Everyone's stealth. Maybe that's bad, because now Sinister's a target, but... Offense down. Oh, I should have done it on him. Oh, God. Okay, well, we got dismantled quickly. The basic for Symbiote Spider-Man isn't really that necessary anymore. Previously, there was a bug in the text stating that you needed Symbiote Spider-Man's basic at 7 to get the 2 turns of defense down, but you don't need to do that anymore, and you only really need to have it at level 6. So for that reason, I would save it to last. If you really want to build him up all the way, you could do that, but otherwise, I'm pretty sure it's just damage now, so it's not that worth it too much. Speaking of symbiotes, we do have a team of symbiotes available, but I don't suspect I'm going to get very far with them because they don't really work very well in this particular scenario here. I have quite a bit of T14 characters. I think I have like 20, maybe over 20 now, just over 20. But you don't want to upgrade them willy-nilly either. You know, you want to make sure that the characters that you're upgrading to tier 14, for anyone who's not as far as I am, you know, make sure that you're upgrading characters that you know are going to take you further into Dark Dimension 3 or beyond. So you don't want to waste your resources. Orange resources are very precious, and that's why I've been reluctant to really spend too much of those. Alright, let's go for Strifes. Although all of these Namors are a pain to... Oh, damn, we don't have a slow. Offense downs. Maybe this might help. Oh. We have defense up, but how long will that last? We need to get a ability block on Strife, maybe. Does she have a heal? She does have a heal. Okay, we got a stun, so let's stun Namor. Ooh. Alright, look at that healing. We need to get a defense up. We need to get a kill, actually. And that'll trigger the speed up by Scream. Ugh. We need... Oh, wow! Okay, Scream just got one shot. That's what happens when you don't have defense up in Dark Dimension. You just get wrecked. Oof. That was awful. So much for that speed up. That's a lot of debuffs on that Strife, though. Oh my god. A basic by Hawkeye basically wrecked Strife, Shuri. I don't even know if we'll get use of all these debuffs, because I think we'll probably die before they even take their turn. Maybe. Thanks, Magneto. Yeah, that probably ruined it there. Okay. They're not even going to take their turn because they're slowed and all that. They're not going to get all the bleed damage done. Oh, wait, he did over there. Hawkeye took a little bit of bleed. But... yeah, it's not enough. Oh my god, they just do so much damage! 250k, I'm pretty sure I just saw on Strife's ultimate. Like, that's just bonkers. Dark Dimension 3 is such a pain in the you-know-what. On both ends. The fact that I managed like 20 million damage though is fairly decent, but that's only because I have so many teams on these starting notes here. Do I even have enough for one more? Black Bolt. No, I don't know if I have a full team of Zemo, Doc Ock. Actually, I might here. Let's stick Doc Ock in the center for what it's worth, and then stick Minerva on the side. Oh, I have Ultron. I forgot about that. Actually, maybe I should be using Ultron. Black Bolt. I do like Zemo, but I don't know if I want to replace anyone at this point. I think I'll keep it like that for now. And we're getting near the end here of Dark Dimension 3, and probably, which also means near the end of the stream, we're actually hitting at 3 hours, which is surprisingly above the last week's, but time just seems to pass, it seems, when I'm on here. And yeah, so if anyone has any last minute requests to touch on after this, then feel free to leave that in the chat below. Otherwise, we'll be ending it out, and then I'll be doing some video stuff later on today as well. Of course, if you guys have Discord and want to get in touch with me, I'm more than available there. I'm very easily accessible, so if you guys want to talk to me on Discord or join my Discord community, the link is in the description of the video and on my channel. And holy crap, we just lost. Oh my god. I'm gonna reset that once. I'm gonna see if I can get a different target on that. Anyways, like I said, if you want to get at me, Discord's the best way to do so, and you can find that in the description below and in the front of my channel as well. I have a link there for that. If you haven't already, or if you guys haven't, subscribed or joined Discord or whatever you guys do, of course. And thanks, of course, everyone for watching and coming today on this Saturday and coming to chat with me and chill while we do some Strike Force stuff. I've noticed that actually it tells me here on my stream settings that more people kind of joined halfway through. So I'm wondering if maybe 11 a.m. is too early of a start. Maybe I should push it back to about noon. I don't know. It seems that more people seem to be joining about an hour after the stream, because I can look at my stats here. Oh my god. It almost seems like it doesn't matter how this is going to play out. It's going to be crap. So I have a better idea. I'm going to go in with my other group of characters who are worse, and I'm going to let them eat the ultimate and then come back in with this team. Because there's probably nothing I can do about that Strife ultimate. Because he goes first. So my throwaways here: Zemo, Scientist Supreme. I think that was it. And then we're gonna go into the 3 of them. I should have separated them out, but they're gonna get wrecked by Strifeall, and that's fine. My loading's been taking a little bit longer than usual these days. At least on BlueStacks. Okay, so I'm fully expecting to get wrecked here. I'm surprised Zemo went first, actually. We can get an extra hit on someone here. Okay. I don't know why. I never get tired of that. I mean, it sucks. But it's just crazy how much damage that does. Bonkers. Alright. Okay, so Doc Ock in the center with Minerva and Black Bolt, actually, I'm going to have, and then Invisible Woman and Ultron. And this will be the final team. So that means I have 23 characters at tier 14. So that's quite a bit. I kind of wonder what they're going to do going forward with tier 15. You know, what is Dark Dimension 4 going to really be? Is it going to be skill lanes, bio lanes, tech lanes, mystic lanes, things like that, mutant lanes, you know, potentially 25 characters or up to? Or what do we expect? I don't know. There's been 4 lanes this time. 3 lanes rather, actually. and then a free-for-all lane. So I wonder if they're going to expand it further to make it even more difficult or take longer. Alright, let's see if we can do a little bit more damage than last time. I don't know, maybe not. Maybe this is all a waste. Oh god, they just do so much damage. Yeah, I've done... Oh god. That was such a waste. I've done T4s on Scream's passive and Scream's basic. I'm gonna do Scream's special next. There are some people saying different things about the priorities for that. Oh my god, this doesn't even matter. This was a disaster. I'm actually gonna quit. Okay, so I'm done Dark Dimension 3. Anyways, I'll go onto my Scream here and show you guys. I'm not even gonna bother with that team. I'm just gonna wait for it to reset. I'll go back onto my Scream in case you want to take a look. And so I do have, like I said, I do have the basic and the basic and the passive T4 on Scream. I think that the basic is really good because you're going to be basicking a lot because she gets a lot of turn bar with the rest of the symbiotes. So you're going to really be using that quite frequently, and it applies bleed, does extra damage, and that applying bleed to secondary targets is pretty substantial because as it sits, you only get the bleeds on a primary target. So that's a lot of additional damage for the extra 2 characters that she hits. So I think that's a really good one. The passive isn't super necessary. I think in raids it's better. Outside of raids, not really. And then the special, I think, is something you should look into because that clears 2 positive effects instead of 1, and that's really good as well. The ultimate, I don't think is as big of a priority if you've put a lot of investment into Symbiote Spider-Man, because Symbiote Spider-Man's ult does 2 turns of slow for all targets, not just primary and secondary, it's the whole field. So I think it's a little bit redundant sometimes, and I don't think it's a huge priority in my opinion, because Symbiote Spider-Man's ult is on a lower cooldown than this, that often he can come back around and do it just as frequently or more frequently than this. So usually slows up a good portion of the time on most characters in raids. That's just my personal opinion on that. So I would put the primary and special probably at a higher priority. And then if you're really going ham on raids, I would consider the passive. And then for me, the ultimate would be last, but I've heard people say that they prefer it sooner. But that's just my opinion. So my Scream's doing quite well. He doesn't get one shot she doesn't get one shot that much anymore though. So that's good. That just comes in time, I think, with yellow and red stars on a character when it comes to higher level tier rating. That you're going to want them around probably the 80k range to be really good in Ultimus 7, like further down past like the 3rd boss, that kind of difficulty. So my symbiote teams are doing pretty good. Everyone's tier 14 currently, so I'm looking forward to Anti-Venom coming out. It could be as early as next week. Otherwise, it might probably be definitely the week after that, but we could see it earlier. And I'll be looking forward to unlocking him and tier 14ing him. So I did get a little bit of donation from 2 of my YouTube subscribers, which is going to go towards my Anti-Venom fund, so I thank them for that, and I'll give them a shout out for the video later on. That, in COVID times, and I'm also I'm not making a lot of money, so that does help going towards those kind of things. Not that I'm not begging for donations or anything like that, but I just wanted to give a shout out to those who did, and because of that, we will see an Anti-Venom opening. We're not seeing a She-Hulk opening, as you guys can tell. I didn't end up going for her at all. Why would I spend the same price for a ward defense character that I can just use on Anti-Venom? So that's going to be a much better use of my money and my time. So I'm looking forward to him when he comes out. Other than that, I don't know if anyone wants to see anything in my roster. Curious about have any questions they want to ask before we end it off for the day. Otherwise, I'll give it a little bit here. Usually give it a minute or 2 at the end for people to come up with any questions if they have anything to say. Otherwise, we're just going to scroll around through my roster for a minute here. If you guys were around for my She-Hulk pull, I did pull a super nice, not so nice, Hydra Scientist. Where is he? 6 red Hydra Scientist. So that's my newly acquired Red Star promotion lately. So, yep, he's 655k, going on that Red Skull defense team there. Other than that, I haven't really picked up anything new over the last week. Other than Scream, I suppose. Although I think I had Scream last weekend, actually. So Scream's been out for over a week now. Yeah, so... nothing really... there hasn't been any major shifts in my roster lately. Just been working on Scream some more and getting through some Ultimus and things like that. And apparently opening really bad premium ISO orbs. So don't buy these offers, please, and don't spend your cores on them either. I think you're going to get more bang for your buck for spending your cores on ISO refreshes rather than doing what I did was earlier in the stream, and that was 750 cores down the tube for 2 of those premium orbs. I don't think was very good. So don't do that. Gonna spend a little bit more energy there just to top me off until 5 o'clock. And like I said, unless there's anything else that people want to see, I think we'll be calling it a stream. That is 3 hours and 10 minutes or something like that. So this did go on a little bit longer, but no worries. I'm gonna probably pick up some lunch in a little bit here. I haven't eaten too much today, and we'll take a look and see if anything pops up in the game. I doubt anything's going to happen at 5 o'clock at the store reset because it's the weekend and they don't play on the weekends, but you know, who knows, maybe something might change. Otherwise, it probably will be till Monday before we see anything major. Could check out the offers. Is there something new in there? Apparently they, you know, I didn't see that Brotherhood offer that apparently was there. Like, it's not in mine, but the Brotherhood offer, the 500 shards for Brotherhood is in other people's offers, but not in, maybe it's because I have them at 7-star and that's why they didn't offer to me, because that would be a useless offer. But they also offered me the shield ones. Oh, maybe it's because I didn't rank up shield operative to 7-star. Is that why they're still offering it to me? I think that must be it. That's why, because some of these characters I don't have ranked up to 7 and Blade Master, even though I can. Maybe that's why they're still offering it to me. Maybe that must be a thing. 7 Red Star Mysterio. If you have a 7 Red Star Mysterio, I would definitely consider that if you get Doc Ock unlocked. I don't know if you'd be too useful other than that, though. But that could be really cool, though. I don't think there's anything in the offers that I missed, though. But it looks the same as before. But we'll see later on in the weekend. You know, maybe there might be some special offers they might bring out, but otherwise I don't expect any changes to the game really until Monday. Monday's store reset probably, because that'll be the end of the full Matrix event. Like I said, 2 more days left on that. So that ends at store reset on Monday in 2 days. I forgot what day it is. So we'll probably see some changes to events and whatever by then, and we might get a better date at when the Anti-Venom event's actually going to go live sometime early next week. So that's going to be the end of my stream here, I think, guys. So thanks for helping to entertain me this Saturday, and hope you guys enjoyed the stream. And keep an eye on my Discord and things like that, and my YouTube channel. And thanks for watching. And I'll be doing another one next Saturday. I might look into doing something more than once a week, but if I do decide on another date, I will make people aware of that at a later time via my YouTube channel or my Discord channel, or both. So just keep an eye out there. And again, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on my next video. Enjoy the rest of your weekend and stay safe and all that. Have a good rest of your afternoon or night, depending on where you are. Catch you later.